We're starting, and we're gonna chat about what we want to do. But for right now, hello. We're playing through an adventure, and we're super excited because it's Northern Aggression, and we're playing some Malifaux through the Breach, and everything in this session is going to go amazingly. Last time we were doing some things.
And some stuff.
Some things and some stuff, right. We can't forget the stuff. But we did go on a little bit of investigation. You were hired by the city council, a mix of two of the factions in our great land of Malifaux, to solve this murder mystery, right? What'd you guys find out? Go ahead, let's discuss that a little bit before we get started.
According to my notes, we found out about the most suspicious and unfortunately hottest man in the world, Mr. Blank, who was there next to some very suspiciously neat organs, which I've been told were not suspiciously neat. They were a normal level of neat, and that was not part of the mystery. I believe, Ridley, you got some kind of sticker, right? How's your guild journey going?
Yeah, so I got a sticker from the guild, and it's now my lifelong journey and goal to join the guild because that man inspired me. What was his name? Jagori? Mr. Jagori.
Peter Jagori.
Yeah, is Officer Lieutenant Peter Jagori.
Yeah,
clearly his very
inspiration was Amita Night Owl, but neither were nearly so enticing to me as Mr. Blank, who has way more notes. Dorothy Rose did some fainting. Courtney did some digging around in some organs. We looked at a cart. We drank some potatoes.
Yeah, we met a woman who lives in a trash can.
Mm-hmm. We did.
And she pointed us.
Some places that I've stayed have been a trash can, but she lived in an actual one.
Yep, and she didn't she say that she saw Shiloh? Did she say that she saw Shiloh?
She said that she was fully hired by Shiloh to get rid of some bodies and throw them off a cliff, which throwing them off a cliff, I guess, gets rid of the evidence, but asking Clementine Hayes, the local extremely loud drunk that everyone is aware of, to throw some bodies away for you does not seem to be the most visionary of plans.
I wonder if Shiloh thought she was drinking and driving, so she'd probably drive off the cliff with them, and then all the evidence would be
For further context for the audience, Shiloh Blackbird is Miss Sutton Blackbird's brother, who's a good boy. He's just not the brightest in the bunch and mostly concerned, with making money. We've had some hard times, but we're doing our best, and he is doing his best. He's just now, unfortunately, involved with a series of murders.
And he encourages drinking and driving and illegal gambling.
He's made some mistakes.
He has not been building a theater that I believe our Miss Wesson might be interested in. What's your deal with the theater, Miss Wesson?
Yeah, I was contracted to come in and perform for its opening, but it's been taking a long time to open, and he was charging me rent at your boarding house. And he's not anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's been lovely to have you staying with us, of course, and you certainly won't be paying any more rent, especially because he was using your money mostly to fund an illegal underground gambling ring that appeared to have some kind of X-Man with evil blood. I don't know what was going on.
Evil blood. It was black blood, and it did burn you when you touched it.
I didn't get a single kickback.
The dude's name, Rob Cantor, the guy who did actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf. Cantor.
Wait, what was his name? Rob Cantor. Okay, yeah, that's it. Rob. It's canon now.
Ripping people apart in my brother's illegal underground gambling ring, just ripping them apart with his bare hands, and he was about to rip my brother apart with his bare hands. We got into some combat. People bled all over each other. People got covered in a yellow haze that caused them to punch each other more. Cordoni attempted to punch Ridley, and that didn't turn out so well for them. How did that go, Miss Cordoni?
Well, you see, black blood causes damage when you whack someone, and Cordoni had been whacking a lot of people. So Cody went down.
We got you
Did it
fixed
happen?
up though.
Yeah. It all turned out okay.
And now we gotta go tell the guild officer who is my hero about what we saw.
I would like to apologize again for hitting you, Mr. Ridley.
Oh,
It was
it's
not
okay,
intentional.
Cordy. I mean, we were all in the heat of battle, and you just throw some punches, and sometimes people go down accidentally, you know?
Really, I think it might have been more than the heat of battle. Didn't affect
I mean,
me.
I mean,
wasn't close
sure,
enough.
but like, you know, sometimes, you know, blood gets on you, and some.
Real fast, where are we right now? Because are we still...
I'm dragging my brother down a dirt road. I'm leaving the theater.
I think
We're
get
just
back to the
walking.
boarding house.
Okay, so you're going
I-
back to the boarding house first.
Yeah. And I
Okay.
figured this was more of an AU recap than a.
Yes. We are now transitioning back into. We are fading back into.
Yeah, we're the world's being built around you. Because the roads are mostly the roads are mostly unpaved because this is a boomtown out here. Everything was built a week ago. So you're dragging them along the dusty streets into back towards the boarding house from the theater.
What time of day is it again?
It was. It's probably early noon, like maybe 11 or so, because you guys woke up, you had some chatting, you know, in there, and then you walked to the theater. Or you found Hayes first and then went to the theater. I'm not sure.
We did a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
Right.
so it's still the same day. Maybe afternoon, noonish, high noon. That's perfect for this time of day. High noon.
So Ridley will take out a Band-Aid and like put it on Cordone's. I don't know. Do you have any dents or anything?
Plenty, and some holes in the porcelain.
Ridley will put it on one of the holes. There you go, Cordy. Do you feel better now?
Very much so. Thank you, Master Ridley.
Of course. And you can just call me Ridley, you know. I'm not a master. That would be Mr. Shiloh over there. Which, speaking of Mr. Shiloh, what are we planning on telling everybody?
It's an excellent
I was-
question, Ridley.
I was completely innocent. Just so you guys know, I admit no guilt. I don't know what you guys saw, but we're all on the same page, right? How I was innocent.
Then why'd you pay the lady who lives in the trash to ride a carriage to dump some bodies off a cliff?
Yeah, I do wonder about that as well, Shiloh. Why did you pay Clementine to do any work at all for you?
Because you can pay her in liquor. Come on. We were selling a big concessions. I can give her a bottle or two of hooch, and then she's good to go.
I cannot stress this enough. You do have an automata who lacks emotions and will do anything you demand them.
Yeah, but I didn't want you to get tied into everything. You also answer yes. You also answer everything and can't lie for beans.
I could lie.
Yeah,
Can you
but
lie?
neither can Clem. Clementine can't lie neither. She's got a loose tongue, and you paid her, and you made her, you know, do stuff for you. Now she gonna tell the whole town.
That's a little bit of a snag in the you being completely innocent to the police issue.
What?
I think,
I gave her a
provided
bottle
that
to
are
keep
extremely
my shit to myself.
Shiloh.
Yeah.
Thank you. Provided that our extremely generous friends are willing to continue sticking their necks out for you, the best that we can possibly hope for is that you are an idiot who mistakenly got involved with an illegal venture, but you had no idea anything to this extent was going on. That is the best we could possibly hope for.
We can say that our unfortunately passed away friend there in the theater asked you to take care of some cargo, and you were busy that day. So unfortunately, instead of taking care of it yourself and realizing that the cart had bodies, you simply hired Clementine to take care of it because you wanted to give her a bit of work, and you weren't minding paying anybody in liquor because it would save you money.
Alternatively, they are relatively beaten up. We could just say they were kidnapped.
Shiloh?
She's gonna say, if she's brought in, Clementine's gonna say, if she remembers,
I
that
doubt that.
Shiloh, that Shiloh hired her. Now, the question is, do we take ownership of that and say that he was neglectful and did not check the goods in the cart that he was tasked to take care of? Or do we call Miss Clementine a drunk and say she doesn't remember?
Clementine doesn't I don't think that Clementine deserves to be thrown any more under the wagon wheel than she already is.
I personally tend to agree, Miss Sutton.
It's complicated. I'm not the most familiar with the legal system, obviously, but there's quite a bit tied up with you, Shiloh. We'll have to do the best that we can do to keep you in Ridley, I suppose. I don't know what would happen if they thought that you were responsible for the murders yourself, but that shouldn't be an issue, right? We've got an absolutely insane body in the basement of that theater. Does anybody understand what was going on with that man, or is that something that we would be sending Mr. Black to take a closer look at?
I did not dissect the body. I'm unaware.
I'm not sure myself.
I ain't got no clue.
I would say, I think perhaps Shiloh will be alright if we claim ignorance. He was simply a partner of this man who was interested in investing in the theater, and he simply, when this man asked him to do things like find someone to take care of some goods, he didn't ask any questions, he just did it.
Especially if the man threatened him.
Yeah, you could say you were in danger of your life.
You were under duress.
I was
Shiloh.
absolutely under duress in the last 5 minutes of Cantor's life.
If I was a person, maybe a few broken bones to show your
Ooh.
unwillingness to cooperate.
Yeah, you know what? Hold on just a second here. Step to the side. Step into this alley real quick. Just step into this alley.
I'm like,
No,
holy
don't
Shiloh,
like where
are we
this is
planning
going.
on breaking additional bones?
No,
It would make
Maybe a
some pity
rip or
for
two.
him.
I think
I'll steer him in and kind of hold him like a mannequin.
I don't think this is gonna help our case at all.
Oh, trust me, Shiloh. A little bit of makeup goes a long way. He's gonna
Please
pull
hold out
out a
your-
little case and start making like some fake bruises.
He's got real ones too.
I know. Just like
he
really
was
like
beaten up pretty bad.
yeah, like red around it a little bit more, and a little like under the eyes to make you look more tired. And this will give you an advantage, I believe, on charisma checks.
One positive twist. That sounds great. Positive fate twist. I forget what they're called.
Yeah. It's let's
Fate
see what
modifier.
it is. It is a social toolkit. You'll gain probably a plus to the related skill. So in this case, I would say it would be something like bewitch or
Okay.
deceive. So you get a positive flip now because I put makeup on you.
Okay.
Is the mechanic.
Could only
Okay.
showed us
Like-
visibly think.
She said, like, you just need to look a little more beat up and a little more upset, Shiloh. A little less defensive
Hey,
and a little more victim. You hear me?
You gotta
I just-
cry.
I can do victim.
Good. And it's just gonna pop
No,
it
you
into
gotta
the...
cry tears. Come on, cry a tear. Or Cody will make you do one.
Could only
That's
just
pretty
punches him in the side. Not doesn't break anything, but
I don't. He's already got near broken ribs. I think he looks quite pathetic enough. But
It hurts. It hurts. It hurts.
It's very well.
And he manages one tear to like come down. It hurts.
There it is!
Perfect. It's gonna put some lipstick on herself and like kind of smudge the eye makeup a little more like, oh, it was such an ordeal. Okay, that'll be fine.
Are we planning on going over and turning this in right? Like just walking right up, right? Do they have, I don't know, office hours or anything like that?
I don't think so. The guild works, day around the clock.
I mean, they absolutely have office hours.
I think if we knock on their door, they'll probably be there.
Unless they're at lunch.
Great strides to avoid the guild in the majority of my time in Ridley. Would I know where the office is because I try not to go to it?
what they you might take them to the You know the city has a town council because has a
Like a library.
you met them at the library. They told you to be there, you know. But probably the council building is the best place to go.
We could always just ask somebody if we don't know.
Yeah, yeah, we could do that.
I'll walk up to the nearest person who's on the street. Who is it?
The nearest person who's on the street.
Yeah.
What's her name? What's her backstory?
What's the color of her left eye? Is it different to the right eye?
Well, her left eye and right eye are both brown. She's not that interesting, unique.
We look for someone else who's got more interesting.
Okay.
We want someone more interesting.
Yeah.
You'll find
The
the most interesting
on the
person.
street. Titania, is that you?
Oh, good lord, run!
Okay,
Who looks like the most interesting person on the
I
street?
spent a whole freaking campaign looking for Titania, and she's right here on the streets of
She's got no eyes, just hovering slightly above ground like brambles. Like...
Ridley's like jogging down. That person's too boring. He sees the hovering eyeless Titania. Not that one, jogs away.
All right,
That one's 2.0. Oh
Around
god.
interesting person on the
you
street.
you guys will find a okay, yeah. You're gonna go ahead and find a kind of a woman, you know, kind of tall, wearing a mask.
Okay, a mask? Wow.
Yeah,
Like
wearing a
what kind of
mask.
Like a full,
Like
full Venetian mask.
yeah, kind of. It covers the whole face, you know, and it has like red lips drawn onto it.
Do we know what that means or no?
You guys can go ahead and flip me. Let me see. Bureaucracy, I guess. Yeah, go ahead and do some bureaucracy.
Help if I was
I definitely.
rolled 20.
It couldn't be homesteading.
It cannot be homesteading now, but it can absolutely be bureaucracy, and it can totally be TN 8, I think.
Oh,
10
nice.
bureaucracy. All right.
12.
No from me.
12, okay. So you're gonna know that this person is a lawyer.
Guys, I know what that is. They know everything. It really will go up. Hi, Miss Lawyer.
And she looks down at you, and she's like, "Child."
I know you're a lawyer because of your mask.
Thank you.
I got a question for you.
Yes.
Do you know where, and he points to the shiny sticker badge on his shirt. Do you know where the people who wear these are? Where can we go find them?
Are you looking for a cop, or are you looking for somebody higher up?
Like the highest you can get. Like Mr. Jagori, if you can find him. You know, the highest guy.
Oh, Mr. Jigori. You might find him at the guild at the council building. That's where he spends a lot of time trying to influence council members.
Okay, can you point us in that direction, please, Miss Lawyer?
I was heading there myself. You can
We
follow if
can
you just-
accompany you.
You may follow if you just don't touch me.
Okay, I won't touch you, but what case are you working on?
I'm about to go there and find out myself.
Do
It's
you win
just
all of
this
them?
way. I win all of my cases, young man.
What's your name?
You may call me.
This is the most important NPC in the campaign now.
You may call me Madam Scale. Roll me some notice.
Madam Scale.
I'm also gonna say that over on the side of the road, the rest of us are still huddled in that alleyway, Ridley, and you can see probably, like.
And she looks over to the alleyway. Oh,
Oh,
God.
those are my friends.
Are they going to be accompanying us too?
Yeah, they're going to be accompanying us. Don't worry. They're really nice.
Uh-huh.
I got a 13 notice on her.
That's more than enough to pass. You're gonna get a. You're gonna see the scales like kind of emblazoned on. It's engraved into her mask on top. This woman is kind of on the tall side. She has like a red a red kind of blazer on that's like buttoned tightly and everything, and she has like really big like 80s shoulder pads, and like a long black skirt underneath, and she's like,
With one arm, Sutton is supporting her brother. With her other arm, Sutton's going, ma'am.
You come out of the alley. So are you? I assume you're like across the street.
We're in the alley just to get into the confirmation from Ridley that we can join. I come up with my brother, ma'am.
Yes, of course. Are we ready to go?
Yes.
Indeed.
This is Madam Scale, and this is Shiloh and Soot and Dorothy, Rose, and Cordy.
Pleasure.
Kadoni at this point like steps out from the shadows, like a bit of poison kind of drops off their face onto the ground.
Charmed, I'm sure.
See, Shiloh, she says she never loses a case, so if you ever get in trouble, you could call her.
Oh, yeah, Shiloh.
Both of them, babe.
I forgot I was playing both.
You were looking so
doing it.
disgusted at yourself.
Yeah. And she's like, Shiloh's like, yeah, it might be needing some legal representation in a hot second if it's worth your time. And she's like, good thing I take a lot of public defense cases. And she's like, come along now, please. We're going to not waste any more time here. And she
It's
starts.
because she's so nice. Just gonna follow along.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys walk along the street, and she takes
Sutton's
you.
taking up the rear. She's gonna do what she did as a kid and just hoink down and get Shiloh up on her back so that they can move a little bit quicker.
Jesus Christ.
Like a full koala back.
I'm not hurt that badly, Shiloh.
You're walking extremely slowly, so hit.
So, are you older than Shiloh?
I've only about a couple of years, yeah.
I can tell. Did we get to the building?
Yeah, you guys do get to the council building, and it does look like a courthouse essentially. It's got a lot of marble columns in the front. It's the only building that's like made of stone around here, and it's very impressive. It's got the triangle thing on top of the marble columns. You know what I mean? And you guys walk in, and it's very busy. There's office people, coming back and forth. There's a few tellers off to the side, but more importantly, you're going to see someone familiar who is hammering little flyers onto a notice board. You're going to see Mr. Blank. Tall, skinny, still with the ram tattoos on his hands. With a shaved head and very
It's our friend. Let's go up and say hi.
All right.
After you.
Cody will go ahead. Mr. Blank, good afternoon.
And he goes over and looks you up and down. Is like, afternoon. Did you finish your investigation? And going
We
back
did,
to
in fact. I was hoping you might point us to where we might find Mr. Jadori so we can give him the rundown of what happened.
You'll find it. He gives you directions to the office. You'll find him in office, 2B. Go down this way. Go left, take a right. Don't get lost now, and don't knock on any other doors. They don't want to see you. And goes back to hammering. Don't forget to take a flyer here.
Thank you. We'll take it and kind of read it really quick.
Yeah. The flyer says. Oh shit. The flyer says. This flyer says that it's an advertisement, pretty much. That there are. It's kind of one of those old-timey advertisements. It's like, oh hey, and it has the Western font. Subsidies, accepting anybody. Have you wanted to be a miner, or have you wanted to work for the union? Come on down to your local guild office, and we will
Hire you today?
hire you today. And we will hire you today.
Wait, does this here say that the guild and the union are working together?
They would obviously have some contracts, yes. The guild still export most of the soulstone out of Halifax.
I thought they hated each other.
No, they have a working relationship. Just
Well, I can tell you if the guild has any hand in union goings on, it's all going to shit in a handbasket.
I would like to
Mr.
stress
Blank is
that
going
the
to
guild.
Mr. Blank is going to pipe up and say, yes, the guild and the union are working together on this matter. They want more people out of the city.
What do they want people out of the city for?
It's not in my place to say.
Fascinating. It's always a pleasure, Mr. Blank. You have a lovely afternoon.
You as well, miss.
Shall we?
You're not going to keep that. I have to hang these up all over town.
Here, we've memorized what's on it. And just hands it back.
Let me take it. Thank you.
Mm.
He hangs up like 2 more on that bulletin board that he's at, and he starts heading on out.
They have like the little pull tabs on them, so it's like take your advertisement today, or
Yeah,
you
sure.
pull off the email address.
They'll have the address of the council building.
Okay. This advertising seems really ill-conceived because we are in that building, right? Okay.
Yeah, but you don't know
People come here for any number of reasons. Is the other thing.
And they might go, oh, subsidies? I'll just stop by there next.
Yeah.
Wait, before we head back to Miss Wesson, I'm assuming I should not have my brother on my back.
That would be wise.
Are we presenting him? I kind of let him get back. Are we presenting him as SA an important eyewitness? Like what or how? And I'm thinking I'm in the back, but
I think eyewitness is probably good. I mean, we can say that we just rescued him from this man, which means that he's a first-hand eyewitness. But Shallow, you're just gonna have to make sure you answer your questions right.
What do you guys want me to say? What's the story here that I just got? I was told to take something out and in my own theater, and then I pass it off onto somebody else. I mean, I know I'm lazy, but come on, I'm not that lazy.
Lazy's
Well,
better than
today.
guilty.
Lazy better than I guess.
You can either work off your reputation for being lazy, or you can work off your crimes in somewhere very uncomfortable. So I think you'd rather have the reputation, I'm afraid.
I believe it'd be in these local mines.
Don't throw away your future out of pride.
It's how to work in the mines.
And you do make Sut do all the chores anyway, so you are a little bit lazy.
that's neither here nor there. I'm thinking
I'm more of a business guy. I'm more of a grand man.
he's an
big
ideas
guy.
man, and that's
Yeah.
fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just thinking, Shy, probably the best thing to do is just to. I'm gonna lower my voice here because I'm realizing that we're talking about lying in the middle of the government building. Just agree with whatever Ridley and Miss Sutton or Miss Weston say, okay?
Okay. It's fine. Okay.
And I would highly advise you that the less you say, the better. Obviously, if you have to say something, don't stay quiet, or that will be suspicious. But you don't have to rattle off a bunch of excuses. Just keep it succinct.
Succinct.
Mm-hmm.
I can do succinct. It's fine. I can do succinct.
Yeah, we're working it out. It's all gonna be okay.
Yeah, obviously. It's gonna be okay. Obviously. We got this. Don't worry.
All right, let's go.
Succinct. I'm not accused of anything yet. It's fine. Got this. Those bodies are not my business.
Yeah, but maybe like if something happened, you can always just, join me in the mines. It could be really fun.
Okay. Sure.
Let's go find Mr.
Do I look like I got the Constitution for mining over here? No.
You could be the canary boy.
And do your and take your work from you, Ridley? I don't think I can do that. I don't think we can do that. You already owe me a lot of money. I don't think I can take you work for you.
Just
All right.
remember, Shallow, you are shocked and heartbroken that people have lost their lives over this.
Of course, shocked and heartbroken. Of course.
Mhm.
I would also
Come
like
on.
to point out Ridley could not owe you money if all your assets were seized. It would also leave me without a place to stay. So, don't get arrested.
Good pep talk to Cordoni.
And then Cordoni will assume like a service bar, kind of like help Shiloh walk.
Yeah, thanks, Cordoni, thanks. I want my assets to get seized. Jeez. And you guys walk on in.
To the office?
So you guys do make your way down
Severely
kind of maze.
underdressed because we're still covered in blood and dust and dirt and beat to shit walking through all these office workers in their shining vest.
Yeah.
That's-
I mean, obviously Dorothy Rose still looks incredible, but the rest of us look
She wasn't touched.
Cordoni is made of porcelain and metal.
What
Just
is
very
that?
bloody porcelain and metal.
You're not as out of place as you would think because this is it is where people come to pay their pay their bills and everything. They're get licenses for things. Working people come here to conduct business and everything too. So it's not all 100% fancy. Not all 100% Madam Scales are here.
All right, we're
but,
gonna knock on the door. Mr. Jagori.
You are going to hear shouting from inside. There's a lot of shouting, and it's like, "You'll find these people now, and you will not rest until he's found." And he's like, "Am I understood?" And you hear muttered like, "Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir." And he's like, "Get out of my office!" And they, the door opens, and two, guild officers with red coats, walk by you and everything. And he's like, "What is it?"
Hello, sir.
And he looks at you and he takes a moment to
Afternoon,
takes a
Mr.
moment to compose
Jagori.
himself. Of course. Let me. He takes a sip of water real fast. Everything.
Busy day?
It was we have a lot of cases we're working on right now. But
What
yes,
kind of cases
everybody.
those guys working on?
Common criminals, but nothing as high profile as what you as what you guys are.
Scrutiny check, please. That's for
You can absolutely do a scrutiny check.
criminals.
Can I get you a cigar?
He's like, who owns you?
Miss Blackbird? Burn or bird?
Bird.
Bird, thank you.
Myself, well, technically, my brother Shiloh Blackbird here, sir. And I got
Baby,
a
come in.
Okay. And then he looks over at Shiloh and is like, and he's like, and Shiloh's like, yes, yeah. Would you like a cigar, sir? And he's like, well, yes, thank you so much. So he'll take the cigar you produced and everything.
My arm just falls open, and there's a collection of 9 cigars there, and then my finger flips open for a lighter.
And he will. My nerves are more calmed already. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Shiloh.
Are we gonna stand here in the hallway?
No, come in. Let's. What have you guys found out?
Well, I do believe we might have solved the mystery, actually. It's,
Real fast. I'm sorry. You want to do a scrutiny check? Go ahead and flip me a.
I got a 5 masks.
Okay. Well, you're not gonna know anything about this guy.
Yeah, I know. I'm not
Can we
gonna-
flip 2 or no?
Yeah,
Just
you can.
one flip?
You can, I guess. Go for it.
I could see Ridley being curious about these
Hmm.
cases, so.
I don't want this one. 11.
Okay. I think TM would probably be at like 10 or something. And he is. He's stressed about, he has a lot on his plate. There's a lot of things going on. There's just a lot of things going on for him right now. And not enough manpower to do it is the problem. He's having to hire on outside help to get shit going for him. The cigar is extremely helpful for him right now. He's been selling a good majority of the day.
Do we have a feeling the case the 2 guards were put on is just like a common thing?
Does it look like the stress is because this is a big ass deal that's going down, or is it yet another thing on his plate? Like, what direction is the stress going?
It's yet another thing on his plate, but there is not enough people to do it. But it's more and more. It's not as common as you would think. Like this, it's not as common as you would think. I think.
So when he said, "Oh, it's just a common crime," he was absolutely bullshitting.
Yeah, he was pretty much bullshitting. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Mr. Jigori, I do think that you all had the right inclinations hiring us. I personally, at the time, didn't think much of my own skills, being that I used them for performing more than anything, but unfortunately they did come in handy. We found Mr. Shallow under duress. He was rather dealing with a gentleman who'd come from into town. This man, he had no reason to, well, you'll be able to tell some of this better than I will, I'm sure, Shallow, but he had no reason to expect this man of any wrongdoing, and all of a sudden, he was being held under the theater by this, well, he's sort of a man, but sort of not. He was big, and he bled black.
Wait. There was a. So you're telling me. Let me get the story straight. Question one. Who killed the 2 miners?
This
Sorry,
man.
let me get a time.
What was his name?
Cantor.
Oh, thank you, Cordoni. This man, his name was Cantor. Big, just giant man. He's in the basement of the theater. Well, his body's in the basement of the theater. Unfortunately, we did have to do away with this gentleman in order to save Shallow. He had him, and he looked like he was going to do the same to Shallow that he did to these men.
And the man in the bottom of the theater killed the 2.
Indeed.
He whipped them in half.
He was huge, and he had some sort of supernatural inclination of some sort, because I think even the strongest man couldn't just rip someone in half. But looking at this guy,
he's gonna take out a notebook and start scribbling some stuff down. So he why?
Because he was real angry.
He did seem that he had some sort of, I think anger issues doesn't quite cover it. I think something was wrong with him.
He appeared to be afflicted by some form of disease, or perhaps curse.
Diseased, you say? Or cursed? Disease or cursed?
Yeah, and the curse kind of spread to us, right?
When we were fighting him, his blood was acidic. And I was show my arm where there's holes in the porcelain and metal has been burned through by the black blood.
Okay. And your robot was damaged. Okay. He's
quite a lot of us were damaged. I mean, you can take a look at my brother. He didn't come out completely unscarred. I believe that and correct me if I'm incorrect. I believe that my brother's relationship with this man or creature, I believe that this Cantor was using his basement for professional purposes or something of the kind. My brother was allowing him to use that space. Is that right? Before things went wrong?
And Sutton is like, or Shiloh is like, yes, that's correct. And he's like, the other guy.
Jigori.
Jigori is like, why were you allowing him to use this place if he was a supernatural monster? And Shiloh is like,
I mean,
I don't think he knew at the time that he was a monster till we went down there and he got angry. And then, like, all his monstrous features just rose to the surface, you know? Like, obviously, you don't know he's going to bleed till he bleeds. And then, like, he got angry. And when he got angry, he started, like, glowing yellow.
It's a shame, but I think if a gentleman comes into town and wants to hire your space when you're trying to raise money to build a theater, I don't see why you'd suspect them of being some sort of supernatural monster.
On the
Right.
records I kept of the finances, if I may.
you kept records of the finances.
It is my purpose.
Okay.
The
Yeah, anything would be
Man-
helpful in understanding what went down over there.
the man Cantor seemed quite fond of improving his workout regime and asked to use the basement of the theatre regarding we had an awful lot of prop supplies and building tools down there that Aiden is working out. You know, discarded boxes be useful for punching bags and lifting heavy weights of metal bars and discarded props.
As I understand it, he was something of a tenant for Mr. Shiloh, which is something that Shiloh is certainly used to doing with the house and with the boarding house. And so, of course, when this man had any sort of reasonable request, Shiloh made sure it was dealt with. And there was really no reason to suspect this man until he was under his thumb, quite literally. We came down just at the right time. We thought, well, we might see what we can find out, if any of the workers at the theater saw anything, etc., as they're out there painting pretty much all the time somehow. And we heard a commotion in the basement. We went running down, and this man had poor Shiloh up against the wall.
So, why were you two fighting? And Shiloh's like, well, what you see is we was fighting because and he looks at you guys. We was fighting because
my understanding, and I hate to shine any kind of negative light at all on my brother or at anything that happens here in our wonderful city, is that with the athletic prowess that we've discussed of the deceased Mr. Cantor, is that he liked to occasionally include other people within his regiment. And this is where we are a bit ashamed, is that, to my understanding, there might have been gambling involved in this situation, or some kind of money being put down, and this is how others came to be involved in the situation in the first place.
So, of course, when Shiloh found out, he confronted him, not thinking that this man was gonna try and kill him. Right, Sutton?
Okay.
Shiloh?
So he had a workout regimen. Okay, so let me try to understand what you're telling him. Me, the DM. You're telling him that he had a workout regiment in the
Well,
theater.
that's what he said to Shiloh.
What we're putting across is that Shiloh was approached by a man who said, "Can I use your basement?" And he was like, "Yeah, I guess, sure, you can use my basement." But he wanted to use it to work out, and then he started inviting people down there and started holding the gambling ring. He started doing all this wrestling, and then Shiloh was like, "What the fuck is going on down here?" And then they had
It be illegal under the title of the guild. There's no license for this. You can't keep on doing it.
not
And
in
as
my
such, Cantor
basement.
got violent.
So basically, we're saying that this man was a tenant, a renter, renting
renter.
the basement
Which explains why
from Shiloh.
Shiloh was wanting any money from it.
And
Including these records.
renting the basement from Shiloh, and when he had sort of reasonable requests, like, can you get rid of some stuff for me, he took care of it. Didn't think much of it, but when he found out that there was some underhand sort of dealings going on, he went down and confronted Mr. Cantor, which is the moment that we found him in extreme danger.
Okay.
Because, of course, you confront someone with anger issues like that.
Right. Okay, so they were fighting because he was just angry. Cantor was just angry.
They were fighting because my brother went down and said, "What the fuck have you been doing in my basement? I've been hearing that you've been holding an illegal gambling ring down there. Is that true?" And Cantor was like, "Well, you'd stop asking questions if you were in two separate pieces."
Okay.
Which is totally like him,
I mean, from
given the bodies that we've already found.
Seem to be the case. It's he didn't take too kindly, it seems, to being told he had to stick to the letter of the law.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he never went to third piece, so that's why he,
Well,
That's
I
why
think
he
it
was
might
angry.
also has to do with whatever that sort of curse or supernatural thing is going on with that man. Perhaps you've got a specialist that can go look at him, Mr. Jagori, but I do think there's something a bit strange going on with him.
Okay.
If you like, I could go get him. I could just go bring him.
all the way back there?
Yeah, I mean, I could just roll him
He's
in.
rather
Would that be
big.
helpful? If
I'd prefer if you didn't tamper with the evidence.
No, yeah, absolutely, that makes sense.
So you did have you fought him and killed him.
Well, he was
Yes.
trying to rip my brother apart.
Okay. So
And then he attacked us too.
Okay, and he attacked you, so you killed him in self-defense.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's what we did.
But
It
it
was
wasn't
really horrifying, actually.
Okay,
It was quite a traumatic experience.
Okay.
There's a lot going in here. Can we have advantage because there's a beautiful woman bursting into
Do
tears?
you got a
I'm-
tissue, Mr. Jagor? You're making Miss Wesson cry.
normally
I'm
I'm
keeping
not.
track of everything.
There's
I still
gotta
have that handkerchief from last night.
You still have my fucking dusty ass ancient handkerchief.
Okay. Let me see how I'm going to figure this out.
Can we all give bonuses to Miss Wesson? Because I think we've all had a hand in this big
Well,
old.
yeah, what I think is going to happen is because you guys have all been doing this and telling the story and everything, and he still has a few more questions for you. Don't worry about that. I'm going to.
This lie is much bigger than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's great. It covers a lot of bases, but you can see in the back Sutton's heart is getting closer.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to have a deceive check. Okay, I'm going to add up a bunch of pluses and minuses in your argument, and then we're going to have one deceive check with
Can we all
modifiers
assist?
based on what you said. How does that sound to you guys?
Okay.
This is a
That sounds good.
Siege's mic isn't working, I think.
Sorry, I don't remember why I did it, but apparently I muted it on the mic. I was gonna say, could it be convinced? But I think this is probably pretty squarely deceived.
this is pretty squarely deceived.
Okay.
Okay, so Cantor was running the gambling ring, and he was just using it to work out.
Well, I don't
It's
think
definitely
he.
implied that he told Shiloh
Yeah.
that he was just working out, but he was actually running a gambling ring down there.
Yeah, I don't
And-
think he was actually using it to work out, but that is what Shiloh did think.
That's what, yeah,
So,
we were informed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If I
And-
go and get the body, can I use athletics for this lie?
I don't think you're gonna survive bringing the body back. Is the
That's
thing.
I'm gonna roll him
True.
up in a big tarp.
and just drag the tarp down the high street.
Well, they're gonna go investigate.
Yeah, no, they asked me not to do it. I'm not good at deceiving.
Well, I think I'll probably do the deceive check, and then
Right.
unless you're gonna make us all do it, I don't remember how.
just one of you probably is gonna do it. But okay, so Cantor was gambling, or Cantor was working out. Shiloh let him work out there.
We're always looking to make
Paying
a
rent. Paying rent to Shallow.
He was paying rent to
Shiloh.
Shallow. Yeah, because we
Yeah.
thought. Well,
Hence
I guess
why
he thought
Shallow's
that
been getting money from it on his books that,
because he said he needed a place to do some, I guess,
Working out.
private working out or whatever, and we didn't think, twice.
Yeah, gyms
about
aren't
it.
really a thing in Malifaux, at least not in Ridley.
Right.
So,
They don't
we
have
didn't-
just the gym. Okay.
didn't have any reason to think he was doing anything else until
We're not saying that Mr. Cantor had a good lie. We're just telling you the impression that my brother was under.
Okay.
We are kind of saying that Shallow's a little bit of an idiot.
Shiloh's an idiot who believed that he was using the basement as a home gym while he was actually
Yeah.
running an underground gambling ring.
As a home, okay, and he was getting rent from Cantor.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, why would you not want it? It's an unused room, and it let us make a little extra money. It's been, times are tough always in Malifaux.
Okay. So who was okay? So get back to Jigori real fast. Why? Okay, so who was dumping the bodies off? If it was a supernatural monster, what was it? You?
well,
He points to Shiloh,
what-
and it's like it was. It was. It was. He looks to you guys.
it was. Well, you did say that probably that favor you asked Clementine to do. You see, and we were asking Shallow about this on the way. Occasionally, Cantor asked for something like, "Can someone drop these things off here or take care of some rubbish?" And Shallow was a very busy man, so he wanted to bring more jobs into town. And well, frankly, we all know that Miss Clementine could be paid with non-traditional methods, so does make it a little bit easier on the old finances. And so I believe that there was recently some goods that he wanted thrown out. He said he didn't need them anymore. He didn't make it sound any sort of suspicious, did he, Shallow? And so you just asked Clementine to take care of it because it didn't seem like a big deal.
Previous disposals had been bits of broken wood and boxes of sandbags.
The things that he was using to work out with.
Yes, which we
That
now
was-
believe were used as improvised weapons in the underground fighting ring.
We presumed he was just using them in his training, right, Shallow?
And he's like, yeah, in his training, he was training. It was he was breaking his dumbbells and everything. It was a whole deal, And he kept buying dumbbells and he kept buying boxes and everything. So I didn't look what was inside it, and I threw away his trash for him. It's fine. Yeah.
So we regret to say that does mean that completely out of her realm of knowledge. That means that Miss Clementine got wrapped up in this as well. But of course, no one had any reason to believe she was getting rid of anything but broken boxes and beams. It's really awful, isn't it? Just all sorts of people gotten wrapped up in this. They didn't even know.
And he is about to say, okay, we're gonna follow up on some of your on what happened. We're gonna go investigate the crime scene and everything. But you did what we asked you to do, and we are gonna pay you for that. So he's going to give 15 script to you guys.
What?
Total wait.
Wait, does Cordoni not get paid?
I believe when you originally spoke about this
Did I say that?
assignment of ours, you said that you would be paying for 4.
All right, I'll get to you. He's
Yeah,
gonna give you
and-
20 script.
And sir, I'd like my special guild present, which you promised me initially from this.
Guild. I promise you a guild present, he says.
Yeah, see? And he points to the sticker. You said that if we were able to properly investigate the murder and find the murderer and all that other stuff, that you would give me like a real one.
Are you a dishonest man, Mr. Jiggery?
Jiggery. He's gonna kneel down to Ridley's level and be like, no, I remember you don't like that, don't you? I'm gonna stand up and give you a salute. Talk to me when you're
thanks.
16. When
I'm
you're
almost
16
there.
years of age.
I bet
How
you
old
no
are you, young man?
16-year-old has done what we just did today.
How old are you, young man?
I'm like 10 3/4.
10 3/4?
Yeah.
That's a big number. That's a big number. You're almost there, little man. You're almost there. When you're ready, when you're 16, come back and I'll give you a shiny new Rams pin.
But that's so far away.
It is so far away. But if anyone can man it out, I think you can.
Can I have another sticker at least?
I shouldn't be doing this to everybody, but I'll give you another sticker. And he doesn't peel it off. He gives it to you on a little cardboard thing.
Thank you.
Okay.
I think our work here is done.
You my Mr. Jiggery. My
Jigori,
brother.
yes.
Jiggery, jiggery, too.
Jiggery?
Jigori.
Right. Well, my brother is severely wounded. If we could, unless you have any further questions, we might be seeking medical attention.
We have guild doctors here for that can patch him up right well. We have sawbones here just for that situation. Because if any of you all would like medical attention, we can provide that for you as well. You are contractors essentially.
What is that? What does that mean?
He'll heal your wounds.
No, I mean, what do you mean by contractors?
We had a
We took on
contract.
a job
took on a
for them. We
contract
got paid
and-
for it.
What is it? We don't owe nothing to the state or nothing like that.
To Satan?
The state. But Satan would be a very similar idea. I said the state.
Oh, to the state. No. We offered you a job essentially, and you did it, and
There are no
and you can there could be a few more hours left on the job, and you have access to the sawbones while you're still on the job. I don't have to file the paperwork until.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind. I do think some of you all might benefit from some medical attention. I'm fortunate in that my particular strength lies in ranged weaponry myself, but the other three weren't so fortunate.
I'm
Do you have a
okay.
suspension here?
Yeah, you did pretty well, didn't you, Ridley? Sutton, do you have any injuries you'd like them to look at?
I'm absolutely fine, but thank you very much.
I got band-aids if anyone wants one.
I'm currently at -1 hit point.
You have a suspension
Jesus.
here?
What did you say?
Is there a talented
engineer?
engineer?
Oh, yeah.
Is there a talented engineer?
For Cardoni, I mean, you can't really. Well, sorry, going out of my southern accent there. You can't really
Simply can't.
heal. You can't. You simply can't. You can't really heal a robot, unfortunately.
We have a local branch of the amalgamation office. We can probably find something to patch it up with.
Thank you.
That'd be most appreciated.
And I'll get them on the Aether box.
Well,
Thank you, Lieutenant.
If you're planning to patch up my brother, I will be staying with him to make sure to look after him, if that's all right. Just bedside. That's all right.
Are
Or
you
if
sure you
After
don't
that, we'll
want
have
to
a few
get
questions
healed?
for him, and we can go on our way.
If I could, I would like to, if I could walk my if we could be excused from your office for a moment, sir, Mr. Jiggery.
It's been an awful ordeal for you two.
The medical offices are just down, just out there.
Yeah, and do we say we got sent by Pete?
I'll bring them on the Aether box right now. Let them know to expect you.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jigori. You've been So helpful.
Of course. Thank you.
Thank you. And since you have so few people working here right now and you seem so overworked, if you ever want to hire somebody who's younger, keep me in mind. He's gonna walk out.
Okay, Ridley.
Will do.
I'm gonna hoist up my brother and start following Ridley out.
What is true?
It's still broken. It's still broken. It's fine. It's fine.
We're gonna get that looked at.
I don't know why they act like they can't hire nobody until they're 16. I mean, they let me work in the mines and I'm 10.
Well, I know back Earthside they're trying to work on something called, have you ever heard of child labor laws?
Now, I don't know what that is. That sounds like a myth.
There's a law about making children work. There's a law about making children have labor.
I mean, I came over here when I was only, 13, 14. But I remember that there used to be a big stink back in Montana about whether or not I should be allowed to work on the farm with some of the larger machinery. But, I mean, it was all over at that point. I don't know.
Were you like a baby and couldn't lift the like you couldn't drive the tractor?
I could drive the tractor just fine. I could drive the tractor. It's just
when you were like 2 months?
Well, not when I was 2. I mean, I didn't have motor control at that point, but that's a conversation for another time. I just wanted to.
I believe the King's Empire were trying to replace child labor with machines.
Yeah, see. We just traveled around, so I think we circumvented a lot of laws.
But if machines are working, how are the kids gonna get jobs?
A lot of kids were very annoyed about that.
The robots are stealing the child jobs.
And who will make money for their family?
Are any of you guys staying for the hospital, or is it just me and Shy?
I am missing several body parts.
Yeah, that but
Would you like us to stay, or shall we scram?
Is the hallway relatively empty, or are there still a lot of people around?
You're kind of in the back offices, so it's relatively few people.
Sutton's just gonna lower her voice and hold Shiloh up. It's really entirely up to you. I wanted to extend my deepest and most honest gratitude for everything that all of you, yeah, you Cordoni too, what all of you have done for my family. I realize this really asked a lot of you, and I do appreciate what you've done. And if there's anything I can do for any of you in the future, I just want anything at all. You just let me know, okay?
I don't think you're a bad person, Shiloh. And he's gonna look back to Sutton. People make mistakes, and some of those mistakes don't deserve ruining your whole life over.
Thank you. We can move forward from this. We can grow closer. We can move forward, and we'll be a happy family again. It'll be great. Right, Sutton. And if you all want to be the family, let's do this. That's fine. The more the merrier.
What he means by that is that you're not going to be paying rent at the Warden house anymore, I think.
I'm happy with
Really?
that.
None of us have to pay rent no more ever?
Oh, I'm not.
I didn't pay rent anyway.
I don't believe for everybody, but I mean, we'd have to, Cordoni, if you could help us with the paperwork. I don't know how much sense it makes to continue billing. At least Miss Wesson, I'm not altogether certain how the arrangement for Ridley works at all. But we'll see what we can do to even things out and make things more fair for you for everything that you've done.
I will look over the paperwork tonight.
Thank you, Cordoni.
Really was more of an under-the-table thing, but that's fine. Yeah.
I would like to request a lamp in the cupboard.
What?
You want a lamp?
It gets very dark.
You can
I
have.
would like to request a lamp.
You can have a lamp. You can have a bedroom if you want. We've got some empty ones on the second floor near Ridley. If you want a bedroom.
I do not need a bed.
Well, do you want a room?
You could decorate it however you want, Cardoni. You could put whatever you want on the walls, like screws and stuff.
Well, how about we share a bedroom over here? You can have a nice little corner of the room. It'd be great. It'd be
Your bedroom?
not my bedroom, but one of the bedrooms. We still got to make money, is what I'm
Or
saying.
perhaps if you've got a slightly larger broom closet, you might be able to switch them out so that Cordoni has some room to move around and store things and have a lamp. Maybe a little desk in a broom closet.
We'll build a broom closet for Cordoni, and it'll be nice.
With
There
the
you go.
lamp.
With a lamp. We'll put a lamp
And
in.
a desk.
Lamp in.
So
And
that
desk.
so that they can do their paperwork.
This sounds agreeable.
Right. Paperwicks. Quest. Okay.
Perfect.
I do currently feel your taxes in the dark.
Best of luck, Shiloh.
Yes.
Something.
Cordoni, you have headlights.
I do.
Yeah, but that takes energy to put
That
on.
does. Yeah, I do think an oil lamp might be cheaper than a soulstone, but what do I know?
It works for the whole month. Or week?
All right.
Yeah, no.
Thanks for a
Stucky is
week.
going to very awkwardly and gingerly touch Miss Wesson on the upper arm and say, Miss Wesson, legitimately, anything you would ask.
Try not to ask too much.
I don't think anything could be. All right, Cordoni, let's get Mr. Ribs into the nurse's office, all right?
Very well.
Come
We
on,
should
Ridley.
make Dorothy's favorite food tonight at the boarding house.
We can absolutely do that. You just let us know what you like.
All right, I'll have a think.
How much is it? Because we got to buy whole new groceries and everything.
All right, come on, Shy.
All right.
Dorothy's gonna chuckle and say,
Cordoni kind of half picks Shy up in the process of.
It's still It's still tender. I got burns on me.
I'm not gonna make you order anything special from Malifaux City. Shiloh, don't worry.
Just like the biggest ribeye steak.
I wouldn't mind some. Do we get squirrel over here?
Squirrel?
Not a lot of gopher.
Is it anything like the same?
I mean, it's a rodent. But
We could catch him outside.
Yeah, if
bet you
you're
could
good, you
find
can catch
some.
if you're good, you can catch a moment too. Go after that.
Oh, man.
Sentient, aren't they? I'm not
Eh.
sure.
Shiloh sure as fuck doesn't know.
All right. We'll figure it out. We'll see you when you get all healed up.
And we head off into the nurses. Do Miss Dorothy, Rose, and Ridley do anything with the rest of their day while we're getting patched up?
For sure, we'd probably head back to the boarding house, at least get cleaned up and whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, I think as of right now we might be in downtime stuff. So I'm Okay, that was a very fun break. We had refresher drinks. We had a little bit. We used the bathroom, and we're ready to get back into role playing. I assume.
Do we want to talk about the bathroom though? Is there more detail?
Yay,
It was so much fun.
Deanna,
So,
what
I mean, I have a
questions do you
mole on the
have
side of
about
my
our
nose.
Color, intensity, enjoyment.
I'm moderately hydrated.
very intense? Average color.
By going to the
As you
bathroom.
can see at the color. No, you can't see my lemonade. What the heck?
That's so clear. That means you're really well hydrated.
Doing really well, yeah.
Okay. So you guys went to the doctor's office.
If I could, for my downtime, there's only one thing that I want to do, and I think it makes sense to do it here in the doctor's office. I would like to have a conversation with my brother and with Cordoni. For both here, after we get checked up and wrapped up and everything, I want to talk to them about what. Honestly, I'm pretty nervous right now because I think that it went generally well. Miss Wesson is truly excellent at speaking with people, and you know, I think she got the point across and everything like that. But if things don't go well, I mean, Cordoni, you brought up an excellent point that you are technically property of my dear brother, and I want to make sure that we kind of got our ducks in a row. Do you understand, Shallow?
Yeah. Well, Codoni has a deed of ownership, and I have it. And what are you talking about?
Well, I'm not. In case things don't go, in case, you know, Mr. Jiggery is like, oh, well, this is all bullshit, or if Clementine is like, it was at this date, at this time, and here's exactly what happened. She suddenly like comes into full fruition of her mind, and she remembers everything, and she tells everything, and it makes you look in some way culpable for events that might have happened. The thing that I am concerned about is that, from my understanding of the legal proceedings, that your property would go to the state, and then my place of residence, and Ridley's place of residence, and Cordoni's place of residence, and not least Cordoni's physical self would be property of the state. Is that, am I incorrect?
That seems correct. I would not like to go to storage.
No, I wouldn't want that for you either.
Okay.
And what No, go ahead.
You can. I can give it to you. It's a gift. It's a gift.
It's a gift.
Yeah.
But we need to have no, I would.
Well, the deed is back at the boarding house. It's fine. Well, yeah. But as soon as we get done over here, we'll do that. No, that sounds good.
Just gift it. Gifting is all. Well, do we need to fill out the paperwork and everything?
I think
I
the
can
good lawyer
assist.
can notarize.
Yeah, we can sign it right there. It's a thing.
Okay. No, that's.
No, notarize. We're in the Old West. Notarize. Possession is
Probably
nine tenths of law over here.
I mean, I got 5 script. What I need to. Do you want me to pay for the boarding house and for Cordon? How?
No. Why?
Okay. I know I never owned nothing like that before, and it feels honestly, it feels very strange to own Cordoni at all. But
I can assist you with the mathematics behind it all, the taxes and forms.
I mean, of course, this is only a formality. It's all still, of course, yours. It's just so that it doesn't get appropriated by the guild and what for.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to go into the amalgamation office over here. Turn you into a war robot. Imagine that.
Is that what happens if Cordoni heads in to get?
Yes, my eyes become guns.
I thought you were gonna go get healed over in the amalgamation office. They're gonna turn your eyes into guns.
Well, I assume after we get me patched up, we'll get Cordoni patched up, and I'll make sure they don't turn its eyes into guns. Her eyes into guns.
Okay. That's.
He's a little more. No, he did purchase Cordoni. How does he think of Cordoni?
It is okay.
I think it. Yeah, probably.
I mean, Cordoni, is it okay or is it what you want?
Is what okay?
Having your eyes turned into guns.
I'm gonna make sure it's not gonna have its eyes turned into
I
guns.
do not have any. I mean, I'd rather be able to see through my eyes.
Okay, well then we're gonna make sure you can see through your eyes then. Now, as your legal owner, I want you to see through your eyes then.
Very well. I don't actually think they would turn my eyes into guns. It was a hyperbole.
Oh, okay. I don't really know what they do in there.
I was made in a small shop, not the amalgamation office. I don't know.
I'll be in there. I'll be in there with you then, and Chad too. Once they get your ribs back where they're supposed to be.
Yeah, I can't. That's I'm breathing over here. Don't make me laugh too hard. No jokes, please.
Understood.
Okay, well this isn't a joke. Shy, I love you very much, and I know that you're a good boy. I know that you're only doing what you're doing because you're trying to give us a firm foothold here, but I don't know if you know this, but one of those men had a daughter on the way. And another had saved up all his script for months on a time to be able to show at the theater that you were postponing opening. And I know you weren't thinking of it that way. But Shaq, I came out here to make sure you were okay. And I'm gonna stay here with you because I love you, but I don't want to have to worry about you like that and what you might be doing to other people.
Son, what do you want me to say? Where?
You don't gotta say. I know we don't do this kind of thing. You don't gotta say nothing. It's just
Where we are where we are. And I know you came out after me. I've been here a little while longer than you. You gotta do some dirty deeds to make your own life, man.
not how you used to be, Shy. Maybe I'm just being naive or something.
It is worth mentioning, very few people can repair their machinery around here. Most people go back to the city for it. I am quite capable. I also can repair most machinery without the need of soul stones.
You can do that.
To some extent.
Don't you? You need soul stones to live, don't you?
Scrooge does not use a soul stone.
Yeah, but you.
I do,
Yeah.
but I can repair other people's things. If we need money, we do have access to some services other people would struggle to provide.
Yeah. Well, that's a good. We have options, and Mr. Jiggery was saying that, well, it seemed like he was really looking for work and everything. That we have ways to make money that are not, sending miners to their. We can figure it out. We're in this together. And he's
Ridley
smart.
was an investment. I helped him out. He's a little half-blood kid. He's fine.
Ridley? I was talking about Mr. Jiggery. The guild guy is looking for hiring other people to do work. Mr. Ridley is not an investment. Ridley is 10 years old. I remember what you were like at 10 years old, and I surely wouldn't have been selling you into servitude the way you were doing to that boy.
Well, yeah, but I wasn't stupid enough to have my arm blown off either.
Shiloh, I recommend that you take your sleeping medication and you go to sleep right now before I knock you out.
I mean, sleeping medication.
Shy?
Could unscrews the hand and hands them the whiskey.
I'm gonna take my sleeping medication. He takes some of that whiskey and puts the bag in Cordoni.
He just screws the hand back on.
I'm gonna forcibly, I'm gonna tuck him into bed, but it's gonna be like one of those hospital corners kind of sheets where it's kind of like strapping him to the bed with the blankets. Heal up. All right, Cordoni.
Doc, I need some medicine. Shouting over his head.
I flag over to a doctor or something, and I'm gonna escort Cordoni to the amalgamations office so that I don't have to spend any more time with my fucker brother, who's being a real fucker. But then later that evening, I'll go with Cordoni over the paperwork and make sure my name gets on everything. But technically, on an entirely legal level, I believe now that Sutton Blackbird owns the Blackbird boarding house, and Cordoni Blackbird, if you're comfortable taking the surname.
If you desire. I do not have one currently.
Well, if you're amenable to it, it feels very strange not to be able to, call you formally. Would it, Mister, or just Cordoni is better?
I'm Cordoni. So if you wish to give me a title, whichever you prefer to see fit.
Cordoni's fine. And we'll get everything signed off, and that's all that Sutton wants to do with her downtime.
Esquire is the title.
Esquire, Cordoni Esquire.
Any title you guys see fit, Cordoni will accept any.
Okay. That's all I need to do. Whatever else anybody else wants to do.
Well, that interaction just knocks out one of the scenes I wanted to hit. Interesting.
My brother presented the option for, just go fill out the paperwork. I'm like, okay.
Well, I was talking about Cordoni, but okay.
Oh?
Oh.
Not also the Blackbird boarding house, but all right.
Well, we're gonna head over later in the evening. So there's plenty of opportunity to do whatever you want to do. We're getting Cordoni healed up first.
Yeah, we'll do that. Unless there's a scene you want to have happen at the thing, the amalgamation office.
Really exciting things happening with Tessa's green screen.
Yeah, it's my shirt decided it was the green screen.
That happened to me when I first got on. I was like, why isn't it working? Oh, it's my hair.
Also, part of my hair's green, so my hair kind of disappears into the green screen.
I also want to
feel it
back for going like, all right, we're back from break, brother. talk to me about how you've decided.
I'm doing my best over here. So we have. Is there anything else anybody wants to do right now? I think because we can.
Is it like at night?
It's early evening. Early evening. It doesn't take too long to heal you guys because it's they have medical syrup that can restore some wounds pretty easily.
I want to try a thing.
What do you want to try?
I want to try using one of the new skills I acquired from leveling the level.
Okay.
I'm going to try mechanical animation, which is artifacting plus engineering. I'm assuming I just pick which one. I don't actually know. In my mind, I think I pick one.
What is this? Is this
It's an engineer skill.
Engineer skill, and the engineer skill is in the
Into Steam.
in the Steam book. Gotcha.
It's page 89.
Okay.
It's also on my character sheet.
Okay.
So basically, it's artifact plus engineer, 2 AP. It's a TN10 of terms. I target an animate construct, and it comes to life as a construct underneath the caster's control for 1 day. Within the duration, it returns to its animate form and may later be reanimated. They may only control one construct at a time with this. So basically, this lets me do it without soul stones. Instead, I'm doing it with like boilers and mechanical engineering
Okay.
to actually animate a construct without needing soul stones.
To animate a construct without needing soul. Okay, where are you planning on doing this?
The piano.
Okay, so this is after you've gotten healed up and like
Yeah.
back. Okay.
Just show
okay.
Codoni can do it.
Go for it.
Yeah, Sutton's in the back searching for all that paperwork that her brother hid under his mattress or whatever the fuck.
And I would say, honestly, before it gets dark, Dorothy probably goes out back of the boarding house to practice pistol and shotgun.
So
Gotta stay
I
sharp.
flip.
Yeah, go ahead and flip real fast.
I flipped 7 of rams. I need a tome, so I'm cheating him with this 9 of tomes.
Mm-hmm.
They
Okay.
can get a... If I'm adding them together, I don't think... If it's adding them together, it's like a 17. If not, it's like a 14. I've got pretty high artifacting.
It says engineering plus artifacting, so I assume you're both together.
So the piano is now working and is playing itself as it's designed to do. For the first time in apparently ever.
That piano is playing along beautifully. What song is it playing, Cordoni?
Sutton, what was the last song that you guys ever played on that?
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. I don't know, and maybe that's a little bit. That's past 1908, I think.
No, it's playing the Michigan J Frog song, and there is. It does have a little mechanical frog that pops out of the piano, off top of the piano, and starts doing the can kick down the line. And as soon as the song stops, it goes back in, and then it's ready to play the song again. So it comes back out, starts doing the can again. So I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but that's the reference.
Like 2 people will.
Everybody has seen Michigan J Frog. What are you talking about?
2 people in the chat will know what that is. No one else will.
Okay, so it is early evening. Let me try to hit this. Dorothy Rose has gone out, practiced, and you come back in for like supper, right? Supper time. Because they have your favorite meal. What's your favorite meal?
I think that she does like a variety of she does like nice things as well, but I think she'd probably ask for some sort of just roast meat and mashed potatoes.
Roast meat.
Meat. Yes, any kind. She's not picky. Could be pork.
Okay.
Could be squirrel. Maybe not gophers. Never tried gophers. You can't
Can
really
I
say
do a wilderness check to try to get some squirrel for Miss Dorothy Rose?
Yeah, can I help catch him? I feel like that's an athletics check, right?
Okay. Sure. Burn your cards if you got them, because after this, we're probably gonna go on to the next quote.
Okay, I'm gonna do a wilderness check. Can I add your ranks in athletic, or do you want to do a separate check for athletics? How would that work?
Actually, acrobatics, because you gotta climb trees and stuff.
So can I add your ranks in acrobatics to my wilderness check? Is that how it would work, Zach?
For right now, yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna
when
ranks do you have in acrobatics?
when there are stakes, probably not. But for right now, yeah, sure.
I just have 1 rank in acrobatics.
Okay. That's gonna be a +4.
How many squirrels are you gonna get?
That's gonna be a 14, and it's a tomes. So my trigger goes off. On a wilderness check. The trigger, I'll keep your feet under you, which is I guess a homebrew. It's a personalized trigger for wilderness.
That's what you called it?
Keep your feet under you, yeah. Like keep your feet. Okay. You wanted a pun, and I was like, I don't know how to make a fucking pun out of this, but we can workshop it. It's fine. Keeping your feet under you, which essentially means, I think, for the next 3 checks or something that you make in order to try to navigate through or withstand the environment here in Malifaux, then you'll be able to add 3, which is my ranks in wilderness, to that check. So I'm essentially, what that means is I'm hoisting you up the tree and getting you acquainted with the wilderness outside of the boarding house and making sure that you know exactly what you're looking for. I'm showing you, okay, so the squirrels here, you can see they kind of make their homes in this kind of area. Getting you real acquainted Boy Scout style, just with our neck of the woods. And then we murdered like 7 squirrels.
7 squirrels. That sounds like an appropriate number.
I grab them by the tails and I go, catch, son! I throw them down at her.
So you reach into the knothole of the tree and grab like a fistful of squirrels.
Yeah, but only if they're adults, not baby squirrels.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll let the baby starve to death alone in the tree.
No, if they have families, I leave them alone.
Okay.
Only single bachelor squirrels.
We're looking. Who are the lonely squirrels? Show yourself.
There's like no squirrels at all.
I'm still like entertained and horrified simultaneously by the concept of a fistful of squirrels.
And can we drain them too when we make the meat, you know?
We can absolutely drain them. And
Good.
Sutton gives you a look and drops the subject.
I never had squirrel before.
But anyway, Miss Dorothy Rose is presented with, what was it? It was meat and potatoes? It's squirrel and potatoes, your favorite meat.
Absolutely perfect. Yeah, no, Dorothy's gonna be like, I haven't had squirrels since I was Earthside. I can't believe you found them here.
Oh yeah, that was mostly it. Mostly Ridley was doing a lot of the work. He's an excellent little climber. He's got real slippery little feet there.
Yeah, but Sut's really the ones that snap their necks.
They might be like vaguely reptilian squirrels.
And I think Sut, you're
as
gonna
long
like.
as they taste like squirrel, I don't mind.
Don't you know how to sew, Sut?
Vaguely reptilian squirrels. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what squirrels look like in Malifaux, do you?
You should make her a coat.
I mean, sure, I guess.
I know how I could carpenter her a coat. I don't know if I could sew a coat.
Isn't that the same thing?
I mean, I'll see what I can do.
You should do
Stitching
that.
is a completely different skill. I'm just gonna let you know that.
It
Or
is
you
a
can make a
different- I
pillowcase.
had it in a different game, and I don't have it now. Maybe I'll take it for free at our next level up, but we'll save the skins for now, unless you want them for if you eat the.
No, I don't eat no skin. That's like you get fur in your mouth, you know, like between your teeth.
Okay, yeah. Well, we'll just I'm just gonna like open the cash register, and in an empty, like, you know, sometimes they have slots for weird amount of money, like for like $100 bill or something that's completely empty. I'm just gonna fill it with squirrel skin.
Okay.
Okay, and that's just in there.
Sure, why not?
It only looks at you do that, waits for you to walk away, walks back over to it, opens it, takes squirrel skins out, and then we'll go
just
clean them
imagine
properly.
Shiloh like opening the register and be like, huh.
Got a very delicate constitution.
Sutton, I keep telling you, squirrel skins don't go in the register. They go
You're
in
in
the
the
hospital.
hospital.
Okay,
You
so
already have a scene, but now that we know where the squirrels came from.
Dorothy will not say too much, but kind of say a little bit about how, like, Yeah, I haven't had it since I was Earthside, and I used to have it all the time growing up. It was, my dad was a good hunter, so we lived off the land more often than not. It brings back memories.
Did you grow up like I grew up like homesteading and that kind of thing. Were you you kind of seem more of the city folk. Is that not how you grew up?
Well, early on, when I was real little, I showed a real penchant for shooting. And after that, before then we lived in a little cabin in the backwoods. After that, we bought a wagon. Mom and Pa sold their house to buy a wagon, and we went round the states doing a show. And I was doing that show for a long time, and then somebody, a benefactor, saw it when I was a little bit older. I was in my teens, and they said if they just cleaned me up a little bit and polished it, we'd have a real show. And so we went on the circuit. We eventually ended up Malifaux side, and I spent some time traveling around Malifaux, but mostly doing shows in the city. So I am used to the city now, but I wasn't always.
Well, I can't say which you prefer, but I'm glad we got you a little bit of a taste of backwoods.
Yeah, it's just what I needed at the end of the day. Thanks. I couldn't ask, it's just one of those things. It's not like I don't like caviar or anything like that, but if they ask, in a Malifaux City or anything like that, if they ask, I can't say, well, what I really want is squirrel, because it'll change everybody's opinion of me. So, so I go up for a lot more caviar, and I think, that's nice, and I'm sure some people would like to be in that situation, but you can't beat a good old roast,
Well, I think you can like both, but I can say the fact that you like squirrel has done nothing but improve my opinion of you.
Thank you.
Sure
I hope you like it. Sorry, Kodoni was...
Yeah. If you wish to express your fondness for squirrel, I'm pretty sure if you made up an interesting enough sauce, they would still just assume the squirrel was something from a specific region they hadn't heard of. And be happy to accommodate.
Like, there's some grape juice that you have to get from a specific part of Earth. Otherwise, like Champig. Champig is from a specific part of Earthside, and you can only get it from that. So it's a real exotic kind of
Champig?
I think so. Champig.
So if I say that maybe squirrel from one part of Earth is actually real fancy squirrel, you think they'll take it?
I think they'll take anything that you say.
I might have to give it a shot.
Most people haven't traveled that much.
Do you still perform with your family?
No, when they took me, so I still send money back, but when they took me to do the real circuit, they just wanted me. So well, it was probably pretty nice because Mom and Pa are getting a little older, and they were able to sort of settle in and retire, and they didn't have to drive all around the country anymore. But my family mostly just supported me anyway, and they were being driven all around the country just so I could shoot, and it made us a decent amount of money. So that and what I make still in shows, I'm not saying they're living lavishly, but it supported their ability to retire and peacefully or sad. They've never been to Malifaux, but I think it's a little dangerous for them, to be honest.
That's so cool that you can give them all the money they want so they can be old and sit around and do whatever they want. That's so cool.
I hope that when I'm old, I can sit around and do whatever I want.
Me too.
I'll save some of it there, just in case. They're good people, my family. They're good people.
I think about this time there's gonna be you all are in kind of the main chamber, right?
We're in the saloon.
The saloon part.
Everybody
Okay,
has fistfuls of squirrel. The cast register.
you're gonna hear there's gonna be like a knock at the door, and then let me. There's gonna be a knock at the door, and it's gonna open up, and kind of a head's gonna peek his way through. He's gonna, hello. Am I in the Blackbird boarding house? And he's kind of a handsome guy. He's got like kind of the shaggy blonde hair that's kind of like swept over to the side. He's wearing kind of a no, he's not wearing a hat, but he does have like a kind of a long duster coat on him with gloves and everything. He's like, is this the Blackbird boarding house? I'm looking for that.
Please allow me. And I'm gonna get up and walk over to approach. Yes, hello. How can I be of service today?
I'm just looking for a room here. If you all have any empty cots, it looks like.
Allow me to check. I can only go check the ledgers to see if there's availability.
There absolutely is available. We're never full.
Yeah, lots of empty rooms. Remember, Cordy, you're gonna take one.
That can be arranged.
Yeah, just a cot if you got it. I'm only here on some business over here. Is there any paperwork I have to fill out?
Gonna we'll grab not really paperwork. I'm assuming it's more just like a.
Fill out your name, get a key, promise you won't rob us.
It's like the down payment for the night.
Mm-hmm.
What name it is.
Yeah.
Do you want a wake up call?
Yeah, just a few things of that. And while he's filling, I just had a few. It was a long journey back from the city. I just if somebody could help get my bags on inside, that'd be real swell.
I can do that.
Okay. They're just outside. It was mighty heavy bringing all this over here. And he fills out his paperwork. You're gonna go outside, and he does have a suitcase. His other piece of luggage is a large coffin, wrapped up with chains.
I'm assuming I've been in Malifaux long enough. I know what that is.
Okay.
I'm assuming, like I've been here since Sidoni's inception.
For the audience and also me, who are less familiar with the lore of Malifaux, what does Cordoni recognize?
So, a certain branch of the guild are known as the Death Marshals. These are cops that specialize in hunting down the undead and imprisoning them within these coffins, ready to be either purified or properly contained back at the Guild Enclave. The Death Marshals are also the most widely shown on like any Aether boxes or any newspapers about the guild, because they are seen as like superheroes. They're the ones that protect you from the zombies and the monsters of the night.
I think I've heard them described as Lady Justice's shock troops.
Yeah.
Do I have a comic book about them?
Oh, most definitely.
Ooh, you probably do. That's like
Yeah.
You got little pieces of their comics pinned up around your room.
People idolize the Death Marshals.
Do they have
It's one
like
of the-
playing cards? Like, is each one like noted, like known in
Probably.
the?
Baseball.
Yeah, no, it had. It's like baseball. There is one
No,
slightly
wait.
specifically famous.
No. They have cigarette cards.
Yeah.
If you buy a pack of
Could
cigarettes,
Ridley
they got
flip
the- yeah.
gambling to recognize this guy from cards that they've...
Every time Pedoni buys a
Yes.
packet of cigars for like just to shop, they hand over all the guild ones to Ridley. You've got a collection of different like guild
Yeah.
officers.
And I have gambled for them too.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, yeah. I'll
You got
do
a
it.
mint
catch 'em
condition
all.
Lady Justice.
The Lady Justice is really rare. I don't think you get a Lady
Yeah.
Justice.
Once a Lady
Okay,
Justice.
we're gonna have two gambling checks. One to see if we recognize this guy from his guild card. The other to see if we have a Lady Justice mint condition upstairs.
All right, yeah, sure. Sure, why not?
So what I'm
That's
doing?
like 17
for it.
script in the bank.
Yeah.
Okay, my
Go ahead. Roll me 10 to see if you. Yeah, two separate checks. 10 to on gambling. 10 to see if you recognize this guy, and 13 to see if you have the Lady Justice card.
If you don't have Lady Justice, you've got like Padilla, because no one wants Padilla.
Okay, so am I rolling?
Even though
lady?
she's the best.
Yeah, but still, no one
You're
wants
rolling
her.
recognition first, I think.
Okay, 14.
10.
The
Okay,
That's a pass.
I roll. I did a 14. I flipped. Oh,
Okay. So you absolutely recognize this guy.
Where are you?
It's fucking cold in this room, so I closed the window.
so shall I flip the other one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
This is a gambling to see if you got Lady Justice.
Yeah, this will be 14 to see if you have Lady Justice. That's
So
difficult.
I'm gonna cheat that. It's a 1, but I'm going to cheat it with God. Well, a 9. You can't see it, but it's a 9.
Mhm.
And plus 5, so 14.
We got a Lady Justice.
So you have a Lady Justice cigarette card
Damn, nice.
upstairs under your bed, I guess.
Nice.
Well, it's fine. We'd never make Ridley try and sell it, so.
Yeah, I know.
Probably one of his prized possessions. I don't know.
Do I have a card of this guy?
Yeah, you absolutely have a card of this guy.
Who is
Okay.
As he's filling out his paperwork and Cordoni brings in the coffin and his suitcase, you recognize, you hold up your card and you're like, wait a minute. His name is going to be William Hutch, and he's a pretty prominent death marshal. He's from the city. You recognize him as a death marshal, and he's sitting there filling out his paperwork. And he's like, "It's mighty kind. Thank you so much for bringing in my affairs."
Of course.
And of course, how much do I owe you for the night? I'll probably be staying about 3 or 4 days. I don't think I'm going to be much longer than that.
How much?
Sell him.
How much does it cost to stay in a boarding house for the night? I don't know those numbers.
Actually, I can check that.
You
About
can't. You
20.
can't charge him. You can't charge him nothing.
Absolutely can charge you.
That's like a celebrity cut. You don't understand. And he's like gripping the table.
Celebrities pay
Really?
like everybody else does. Are you offering to pay for him?
Not to mention, usually people in the guild and celebrities, they have a decent amount of money, Ridley.
Yeah,
They
people
usually wanna. They're good people. They wanna help the community.
Oh. Well, we should ask him how much he wants to pay. Maybe he'll pay us more than
It's standarding. It's averaging about 0.2 script a day.
0.2.
0.2.
The 20 cent a day?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
So-
what I was going to say. So
And then Ridley would like run up to Mr. Hutch.
Mhm.
He's like gets up a little bit too close, like personal space, and he like looks up at his face and he looks over at his cough and he's like, oh my gosh. And he digs out his card and he's like, Mr. Hutch,
he's like, "What? Hi there, son. What can I do for you?"
well, I also live here too, and maybe you could pay us the rent and get a discount for signing my card. And he shoves the card at him.
Oh, you have one of those. Oh, I thought I could get by without causing too much trouble over here.
But then maybe you could also pay a little bit for dinner every day, because you could join us for some squirrel if you want to. It's like a luxury food. Miss Dodie says so. Holding over at her.
Dodie, a luxury squirrel from Dodie. Oh, that's mighty kind of you.
Yeah. She's a celebrity just like you.
She's a little pink.
Do you have somebody in that coffin right now?
Superman just walked into the bar, basically.
Oh, she's
Can I
pink
look?
because Ridley outed the squirrel.
Well,
Dodie says it's a luxury, and then Dodie's like,
squirrel will sound mighty fine, but where's your mother, little boy?
I ain't got no mother, but I do. Did you sign my card?
I'll sign.
Master Ridley lives here with
Got
us.
a pen or anything?
Could only
Um,
Could only hand them a house, pen for books and stuff.
It's a little monogrammed one on a little silver chain that's like attached to Cordoni.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Could only opens up their chest and it's just like attached to them.
So we're gonna do that and sign. He's gonna
that'll
sign
be
the
30
card.
cents in that, sir.
30 cents a night. That's Mighty fair of you, mighty fair. I always like these more rustic houses because they're a little more free from the hoity-toity, guild offices over there in city center. I'm not a fan of that.
If this was an anime, there would be a cutaway where the entire room was on fire. Staring at each other. Rustic. Okay.
Yeah, and guess what? Our piano just started working too.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my.
It plays a new song now.
Love a little bit of
Plays one
entertainment for
song.
the.
Yeah.
I love some entertainment for the evening. It's lovely. I'll drink my whiskey to that. Thank you kindly.
Can I look inside your coffin? Is there anything inside there? What is in
You're not
there?
you're not
you
gonna
catch
get
something?
Well, you can look inside of a coffin. It's a very potent grimoire, unfortunately.
What happens if you open it?
Oh, he gets down your level. Little monsters inside my game.
Okay.
Carries a little bit with it.
Well, I guess you gotta keep it all chained up and stuff,
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't want any of them resurrectionists to get out of that coffin now.
Yeah, you should spread your word to all the other, death marshals that you know to stay here too.
If I like to stay, I think I will.
Yeah, tell him how rustic it is, and he's gonna run over to the table and be like, yes.
Could I get you a wake-up call, sir?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a wake-up call. Give me a wake-up call at 7 a.m. I gotta start my investigation soon.
Cody takes note and then carries the coffin and the bag upstairs.
I serve him a glass of whiskey and I set it down 2 seats away from Miss West. Might I ask, sir, what is it, Mr. Hutch? Is that your name?
Mr. Hutch, yes.
Mr. Hutch. They're talking about investigation. What brings you into town?
Oh, just a little old investigation, nothing too people over here ought to worry about.
I hope it doesn't have to do with the undead. I know it's something you are all very good at.
Well,
it does seem a little scary.
They wouldn't send me if someone wasn't suspected of being a resurrectionist.
Whew, that's quite the accusation here in Ridley.
And really, unfortunately.
Wow.
Anything especially we should be keeping our eyes open for?
Well, I can't divulge too many details of the case or nothing.
But we're investigators, so you could ask us a little bit, and maybe if we saw something, we'd let you know.
That is true. We did just wrap a case for the guild, right, Ridley?
See? Points to the sticker.
Go
We did
ahead
that.
and roll me some convince real fast. Go ahead and roll me some target 8 convince.
Do you want to do that one, Ridley? Do you want me to do that one, Ridley?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, yeah, we can do that. Let's see here. Target what?
8.
Okay, I'm gonna cheat it. Cause I got a 6.
Mm-hmm.
With my 13, so that's a 15. She bats her eyelashes real nice.
Okay. Well, we're just looking for someone who did a little bit of a. I really shouldn't say, but
Can
it was murder at a theater, and I gotta.
That Zach thing that at a restaurant he's doing that thing across the counter at Dorothy Rose where you're fully sitting like this.
Mhm.
Anyone who has had a drink with Zach knows that posture of leaning halfway across the counter to be in a conversation with somebody. Is that what's going down?
It's okay, Dorothy is doing it as well. Oh.
Yeah, there was a murder at a theater, and I'm going to investigate. I guess they're suspected of being a resurrectionist.
That's
I'm sure it's nothing, but gotta drag him back to the city.
That's the
hope
murder
no.
that...
Yeah.
That was the murder that we...
Who
Discover.
exactly are they dragging back to the city?
Just someone named. Well, let me check my notes real fast. And he digs in his pockets and everything. One, Dorothy Rose West.
Don't know anyone named that.
Well, the name doesn't ring any bells, and we were just investigating that case. The only person that we found who was involved was somebody named Mr. Castor Oil. What the fuck was his name?
Cantor.
Cantor.
Yeah.
Cantor. Well, I ain't looking for no Cantor, unfortunately, or my job would have been real easy, and y'all solved it for me, didn't you?
Yes, he's, well, actually, you might, I mean, I'm sure they've got other, special people with the speciality as well, but, this Cantor man, he bled black, and he had a weird sort of yellow aura, so, we thought he might have some sort of curse on it.
Curse on Cantor with a yellow aura.
I don't know anything about anything like that, but it seems to me that's not something that should be happening around here, and it seems sort of, I don't know, would you call it supernatural, maybe?
Supernatural. Well, it definitely sounds supernatural if you had a yellow aura around him, but that don't sound like no necromancy to me, unfortunately. So I'm gonna let the local guild god handle that. I'm gonna stick to my case.
Why would this murder be necromancy? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, if they're dead, right?
Yeah, death.
Apparently they had connections to. Apparently they had connections to some necromancer's earth side, their parents, I assume. But that's for tomorrow morning. I had a long journey. I don't want to talk business right now, especially with such a lovely young lady like yourself.
Of course.
You want some squirrel, Mr. Hutch?
Oh, I love some squirrel. That's rightly kind of you.
Here, I can serve it. Run over, get a plate, pile it up.
Thank you, young man. A nice plate of stew. Thank you.
It's real good. They did a fantastic job. I'm really glad I had my fill. There's plenty left.
Well, thank you so much. I'll grab a nice plate, some stew. Scratches of the plate that Ridley had given him of stew.
Cordoni, could I have a little bit of that whiskey as well? A nice after dinner sort of chaser.
Put it on screws from the bottle up my hand.
Well, if you don't mind, the bottle I think would be a little less untoward.
Screw back on the hand.
We'll pour you a bottle of whiskey. Not a bottle, a glass of
Pour me a bottle of whiskey. That sounds great.
That sounds hilarious.
Yeah, no,
She'll
absolutely.
also refill Cordoni if her opening is out.
I'm gonna
Set
say
down the
this
hand.
just fully out of character. The reason that she replied like that is because my brain decided that the options were you can have this out of the bottle or you have to drink it directly from my hand.
You let me suck on your arm.
Well, yeah, no, like the basically Cordoni's hand unscrews like here.
But you would pour it into a glass. It's just my brain.
No, they handed it you as a hip flask.
You want it straight from the
Oh,
source.
right, yeah.
It would be from the hand.
And I'm just going to
It took me just a little
pass.
too long to put
I'm
that
going to
together.
pass Ridley like a glass of milk or something if he looks at all interested in the whiskey. He's not getting any, not tonight. Nope. Here you go.
Ridley will look at it and be like, he'll pick it up and he'll like lean back and try to drink it the way William Hutch is just back that milk.
Shots of milk.
I missed a second. Did you say you're drinking whiskey?
I'm shooting back milk.
Okay.
But
okay.
he's drinking it like
Trying to look cool.
drinking the whiskey, trying to look cool.
Okay. Because Hutch is just he's sipping out the whiskey. You know, he's not taking a full-on shot. He's just
Okay.
sipping at it. And
I'm
he's
sipping at it too.
giving you an eye.
I give him an eye back.
Okay.
I know we were just in visited with Mr. Jiggery today, and he seems to be an overwhelming sort of situation for him where I forgot that I'm very uncharismatic and I shouldn't be carrying this conversation, but we're glad that you're here in town, I guess. Let me know if you need anything set up. I gotta go coop up the chickens from that.
Mr. Hutch, your room is
those chickens
ready
can
when
be. What's up?
your room is ready when you are.
Thank you kindly. Those chickens can be a handful. So yeah, take your time with them.
Yeah. Have a good night, Mr. Hutch.
Thank you so much. He finishes whiskey, and he's probably gonna head off to bed for a little while.
Good night, Mr. Hutch. Don't let the resurrectionist bite.
It's not the resurrectionists; it's their zombies.
Yeah.
Didn't
Could have
okay.
done that one better. Sounded better in my head.
We can't all live up to the cards, kid. He gives her a tussle on the head and goes upstairs. I know how much
My
you love
hat down.
tussles.
Sutton does spend a good 15 minutes slamming around back there with the chickens, but everybody else is doing stuff out there, doing stuff out in the main room.
I think Dorothy's gonna have one more glass, and yeah, we'll see.
There's one last scene I'd like to hit.
I'd like, if the night's getting a little bit, if it's getting a little later, I would like to see if Ridley could scope the place and see if he can try some gambling.
Okay. We're gonna do. Let me hit my scene real fast before we do that.
Okay.
So, a bunch of other miners. It's getting later in the night. The sun is fully set at this point, and a few other miners are gonna walk in. You see what's his name, Paul from before. You see, big red beard Paul.
Pete.
Big red beard Pete is gonna walk in too. A few other guys, and then kind of a shorter guy with tousled hair and a big. He's got brown hair. It's cropped short, brown hair, and a big scar on the side of his face. He's gonna take off his helmet and look around the room and wait for Danny to get back. Unfortunately.
Danny had to get a bird.
Yeah, Danny had to get a bird. But this guy is going to look around the room, catch the short little Ridley that has a metal arm, and Ridley, get over here.
Brody, hey! How's it going?
Where were you? When was your work? Where were you?
Oh, had some guild business, I'm working for the guild basically, like undercover, and then I had to meet.
Why are you working for the guild? What is going on?
Oh, because I'm important basically, because they had to call me in with some of my associates. And he looks over at Cordoni, and who's still down here? Is Dodie still down here?
I think it's just Cordoni.
Dodie is finishing her second glass of whiskey at the bar.
Yeah, so they had to call us in, and I had to, just call in for a day, and then I had to host a dinner for, Mr. William Hutch, so, I've been really busy.
Wait, William Hutch and, guild, no. Okay, so, working for the guild, did they find out anything?
About what? About the investigation?
About you.
Oh. No, I don't think so. Well, I don't know. Maybe Sut did. She gave me kind of a weird look. But I think it's fine, because I think I covered it up.
It's okay. It's fine. Sutton is... Sutton's great. Sutton's good people. It's fine. You didn't get...
Do you want to go talk? Do you want to talk to Sutton right now?
Yes, I would like to talk to Sutton. But first,
Okay.
we're gonna see if did you get cut or anything? Are you bleeding or anything, or?
No. I mean, I was bleeding a little here, but I put a Band-Aid on it.
Okay, nobody saw.
I don't think so. Oh, but the guy that we were beating up down in the basement of the theater, he also bled black. So they probably thought it was just him, his blood.
Okay.
But his horns weren't as big as mine.
Okay. Okay. This is good. This is good. This guy, whoever you're talking about, has black blood, can stay there. That's great. And we got to keep you safe, right? Is the idea.
I mean, preferably, yeah.
Good. Okay, good.
I'm gonna go get Sut. Okay, I'll be right back. He's gonna run towards the back. Sut! Sut! Did you put those chickens in?
Sutton has fully tucked away her chickens. They're all doing the thing that chickens do after dark, where they kind of sit and huddle all against each other in the corner, and she's just kind of standing with her head in her hands in the corner of the coop behind the screen. Yeah.
Hey, Brody, some of the miners came in and Brody wants to see you.
Do I know Brody?
Brody has been there for months at this point. Maybe years, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. What does Brody want? What does Brody
I don't know, I guess to say hi or something.
Brody knows that I'm. Never mind. All right.
What? That you're what?
None more. No, you're too young. Okay, she's gonna head back out to the bar area.
He looks really confused as he goes in. Did all the chickens, they went in their place?
Yeah, no, they're fine. Just
Usually it takes you like 2 minutes to do it. You took like
yeah, no,
30.
yeah, it's just it's been a hell of a day. It's all right. It's all right though. Everything's gonna be all right. It's just been a hell of a day. And she's gonna, as she enters back into the bar, she's gonna put her hand on the counter, kind of make eye contact with Dorothy Rose, like, "How we doing?" We'll talk later. Yeah.
I think Brody's gonna come over to you guys, and be like, Sutton. Hi, I'd love to talk to you fast. Hi, Miss Weston. Hi, how are you doing? How you doing?
Pleasure. Just do call me Dodie.
Dodie, of course. We wouldn't call you anything else, Miss Dodie. It's of course.
We're friends now, right? I've been here a little while.
Of course, but it's you never get used to a celebrity. You know what I mean? Anyway, Sutton. Hi. Let's talk real fast.
Okay.
He pulls you off to the side.
Yeah. What?
Little quieter corner of the saloon.
Everything all right, Ridley?
Yeah, I think Brody wants to just talk to Sut,
I did
'cause
get that impression, yeah.
he's like my big brother, basically. So he comes and checks on me sometimes.
Well, then that's all right.
And he really likes you. He talks about you a lot.
That's sweet. Just wanted to check in with you, when something gets a little urgent like that. Worry.
Oh, he's just yelling at me because I didn't make it to work.
I see. You told him you were doing important stuff?
Yeah, real important stuff.
Good. It's all right then.
What's got your ass on fire?
So, Ridley tells me you've been hanging out. A little, you might have seen a few things.
I mean, he lives in my house.
Yes, but a few other things, like when he was injured recently. I want to let you know, I've been looking after him for a while. He's one of the good ones.
All right.
Yeah. He's a good kid. He's a good kid, right? Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's a good kid.
Of course, and he would never do anything, bad. He was out helping out the guild recently, right? Yeah.
Yeah. He does drink. He does drink blood sometimes.
But that's fine. Kids these days, huh?
Anemia or something.
What?
Iron deficiency.
Exactly, iron deficiency. He's got that. I had a touch of that when I was a kid too. They'll grow out of it. It's fine though. He's fine. He's fine.
Right. She's gonna reach out and touch the top of his head and just.
Brody's head?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi. How we doing?
Yeah, I don't feel like it's exactly the same thing.
Sutton, he's one of the good ones, and I promised his father I would watch after him. So you don't have to. He'll be fine.
One of the good what? Okay. 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 He's a good kid. He's a good boy. I thought maybe... I don't know, maybe the mines made him lumpy, but it's seeming like maybe it's something more specific than that.
He's been lumpy for as long as I've known him. And he's not dangerous.
Well, he did knock Cordoni unconscious just the other minute, but that wasn't on purpose, and I don't hold it against him.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Why did you want to come talk to me today?
Because nobody's seen that before. At least nobody outside the mines have seen that before.
I'm looking out for him.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Good, I'm glad somebody's looking out for him. I'm not going to tell anybody.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Sutton. Either way, me and a few other miners, we're gonna be packing out, heading on out.
For related reasons, or is this something else entirely?
This is unrelated reasons.
Well, why
He
are
pulls
you...
out one of the flyers that from the
Oh, you
beginning.
don't? Okay, for the love of fuck. All right, no, this is something. Okay, Ridley needs to hear this as well. Okay, come back over here. This isn't. Is this information just for me, or is this something that you need to be sharing with the general public? The flyer, not obviously the thing with the.
Somebody roll me some notice real fast. Yeah.
Cordoni's been like watching over all three of them. Is that kind of?
All right, Cordoni, look to like the entrance of the building real fast. There's a note that's been like hammered. There's one of the flyers that's been hammered onto the inside of the walls.
Roll a note, flip a notice.
Well, you'll see it now, so it's fine.
Okay.
Because you're watching over everything, so you'll see it.
I'm not over. I'm more like over the three. More like
Okay.
over the three of them.
So yeah, you'll.
Over Sutton, Ridley, and Blabber.
Alright, that's fine. You'll see either way, the note is hanging up inside the building. Somebody came into a place where people congregate and hung it up inside.
This doesn't sound like
the
personal.
flyer.
This sounds like something that you need to be discussing with Ridley himself, and something that both you and Ridley need to understand. That if the guild is coming in and saying, "Hey, we're going to subsidize and we're going to support this new business venture," that means that we are going to drive you into the dirt face first until you suffocate on that deep, rich soil that we've been talking about. You understand that? Does everybody understand when the government says, "Hey, I'm going to subsidize and help you out with this"? What they mean is, we want your money, we want your life, we want your limbs, and we want you to die. They want you to die alone out there in the mines by yourself. They do not have your best interest at heart. And if you're thinking of applying yourself for this kind of business, you are making a grave mistake.
Okay.
Right? You understand? Ridley, you understand that the guild does not have your best interest at heart when it comes to this kind of business venture.
Ridley's been eating and drinking from just double fisting it with the bowl of blood and the food. He looks up, he's like,
Are you
"What?"
taking a bowl of blood out in the...
Yeah, it's called liquid black pudding. It's totally normal, and it's what I'm drinking.
He's in a.
Cordoni, can I have another drink, please?
Can I just unscrews the hand and just hand you the left hand?
Thank you. We'll probably more than a pour, and then just give it.
Brody is absolutely gonna swat Ridley for that.
Wow, what?
So, put that later.
Put it in a mug at least. Come on, Ridley.
Right? He reaches over for a mug, probably Sut's mug, and pours it in and just starts drinking. Well, wait, what's going on now?
Well, apparently Brody, your brother Brody, or whatever your relationship is to one another, Your surrogate parent Brody has decided that he is gonna go follow guild dreams out into the great blue yonder.
We just think it'd be. I mean, a few other miners aren't digging up so many soul stones in the mine we've been working at, and we think it's good to go to a unionized mine.
Wait, can you just jump mines like that? I thought that you were
They're,
kind
they're,
of.
they're hiring anybody. The flyer says so.
But doesn't this other mine that you work at, it don't own you? How
It's
long is
ununionized.
how long is the contract that you have to sign for this other mine?
It's only 2 years.
Only 2 years? But you'll be
Would
gone
we-
for 2 years?
What? We really, you're coming with us.
I am? And he looks over at Sutton and Cordoni. I'm coming with you?
Yeah.
Cordoni, could you go get the paperwork from the back about Mr. Ridley's circumstances, please?
I can.
Thank you.
He returns.
He does not have any paperwork. This was a very under the table thing. That
Cordoni will inform them.
yeah.
There's no
Without that, Ridley's paperwork informs them that they are to be underneath the care of Blackbird up until Ridley turns 16.
right?
I still owe money to Shiloh.
That depends on whether or not he is in prison, to which we will discover hopefully within the next 3 business days.
Basically,
can't-
Cordoni's just going to lie and say Ridley's meant to be here.
Okay.
But can't you stay here? I mean,
You're-
there's
you're-
plenty
you're-
of mines here.
Well, you're lying to Brody.
the lot of them. Sutton doesn't know about the paperwork.
Yeah, Sutton doesn't know anything about anything.
But also, Cordoni was very aware about, like, Shiloh's dealings with it all. Because they were bought by Shiloh. That was kind of their job.
Right. Okay. Doing
So,
the books
kind
for
of-
Shiloh. So yeah,
kind of
there-
assuming that's the kind of attitude Shiloh would have had.
right. That there's okay. Just lie about it. Sure.
Yeah.
Is everybody leaving?
Yeah. The whole mine's leaving. Our family's leaving. Me and Pete and a few others. We're not. There's not enough work to go around. We're gonna head to one of those contract towns up north.
I wish I could go with you, but
We
I
want you to
can't.
come with us.
I still owe money to Shiloh.
Send him the money. He's not. You owe him money, but you're not looking. He's not looking out for you. I am.
May I please have a word with you and Miss Sutton?
Sure.
Sure.
Ridley, would you mind waiting here with Dodie for a minute?
You
Miss
stay with
Wilson,
me,
would you
Ridley.
like another
I've got
glass
a
of
question. Looks at the one that's still a little bit that she just poured and is like, yes, please.
Or milk?
Whiskey's great, actually.
I shall leave my hand.
No, that feels
I
very
don't-
strange to me personally.
I'm
And just
right-handed.
pours out of the hand, gives the hand back, and says, "I don't want to misplace it, Cordoni." And he's just kind of gonna sit there, and as they're walking away, he's gonna be like, "Ridley, I know you'd miss Brody, but I know you'd also miss Cordoni and Miss Sutton. What do you want to do?"
Well, I don't know. I thought that maybe I got my room here, but Brody, we're really close. You know, like I've known him since I was a baby, so
Like a
I
big
don't know.
brother to you?
yeah. And I didn't think that we would be separated like this, you know? And if I leave, then I don't know, I kind of liked what we did today. Like, I thought maybe that's something we could do sometimes, you know.
Together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you have a think about it, because ultimately, I know you owe things to Mr. Blackbird, but I'm sure how you feel has at least some say in it.
Yeah, you're right.
Do you want just a sip? Just a sip?
Yeah.
Okay.
Reach over and
Not a gulp, Ridley, a sip.
take a tiny sip till she pulls it away again.
Okay, alright, that's more than a sip, Ridley. You're gonna have to work on your portion control. It's gonna go back to drinking.
It's like, that's a sip for a big guy like me.
Okay, somebody's gonna have to explain to me exactly what the situation is involving Ridley's employment. Because
I'd
all
love to see some paperwork based on that.
well, I am not the employer of Ridley. My brother has some kind of arrangement based on an arm that involves some kind of money that is owed that frankly I'm trying not to get into because it makes me a little bit nauseous just to think about it. But learning now that there's not any kind of paperwork involved does have me a little bit concerned, honestly. It appears to be some kind of contract leading up to what, 16, you said, Cordoni?
Ridley owes your brother money.
For the arm, right?
And I'd love to see how much money that is. I'd love to see any paperwork that says he can't leave with me.
Well, I don't know if there's anything that says that he can't leave with you. It's more that it sounds like we have some kind of legal responsibility to Ridley. Is that right? That we are under some kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, are you his parents?
No,
What?
I'm not. I'm certainly not a parent. I am only 32. Excuse me. Right. I'm saying. It sounds like there's some kind of what was it called with Britney Spears, where she
Guardian.
money until she reached a certain age. Where I'm.
Executorship, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it?
Executorship, I think.
Executorship situation where he's paying off some kind of medical debt, and we are looking after his welfare until such a point where he can subsist on his own. Is that what it? I don't have any understanding of this kind of thing, but
the idea was that there were no like real paperwork or anything. Sutton kind of like convinced this kid that you're gonna work for me from now on, and we're gonna send you into these dangerous mines, and you're gonna give me all of your paycheck, and you'll have like a room at the boarding house. And he's like essentially more than like halfway paid off his arm by now, but there's nothing like official saying that. The intent was to keep Ridley working forever.
Yeah. I could only obviously knows this.
But
Make sure
Cordoni.
Deanna knows that. I don't think Deanna knew that.
No, I did know it, but for the information that Sutton would like to believe about her brother, and based on what Cordoni has said, it seems to be some kind of he is under our purveyorship until he is 16. Both that we have some say in what he does and his activities, and we're there to make sure that he doesn't get himself blown up. Does that sound accurate?
That is true.
Right. So
I would like to talk to you both about this situation. I have been here with Ridley since Ridley was first brought into the employment.
I think Ridley should be here to hear this. Ridley, come on over here.
Ridley would get the final say in this discussion.
Yeah? What's up?
Just one moment. I do apologize, Ridley.
Okay.
After Ridley leaves, we'll continue to speak. Mines are dangerous, and I do not agree with your brother's attitude of sending Ridley into the mines to work this off. Moving Ridley to a new town to continue working in a mine would secure Ridley's future as working in a mine for the rest of his life. Ridley currently has a chance for something better. I would like you two to discuss which one you think would be best for him, and give him the final choice after it's been discussed calmly without any arguments. Today,
I'm an argumentative person.
I don't think you are. But emotions are a factor.
emotions are a factor. You don't. I've been looking after this kid. You've been like, you're his landlord. He's coming with me.
To work in a mine?
Yes.
To be a canary boy?
I don't have any.
You don't know. You don't know what's best for him. And you're a robot. Why am I talking to you?
I do know that the air is toxic.
Yeah, you know that there's no, there's nothing tying him to you. We're leaving is what's happening.
Brody, I have no interest in separating the two. I am concerned about his housing situation, his feeding situation, and how he is going to live while he is out there.
Yeah, we're going to work at a union lodge, and he's going to stay there and earn money for himself. He's not paying anybody else anymore.
I agree.
I don't.
I'm not suggesting he works in any mine.
Would you, Brody? I recognize and respect the position that you have taken up in Ridley's life on the request of his father before he passed. But I have in my time knowing him and living in his home, taken an interest in the young man and in his well-being. And based on the experiences that I've had with him, I'm concerned about sending him away. I would, if you would be comfortable with it, seeing as our extremely negligible paperwork doesn't give me much of a leg to stand on. This is more of a request than a legally binding contract, but I would like to, at the very least, accompany you to see what is to become of the young man.
You're going to come all the way to a contract town to see what becomes of Ridley.
I'm from a contract town.
More power to you,
I'm out
I
near
guess.
Hollow Point. I've been farther out than you've ever been. You don't talk to me that way.
Okay, more power to you if you want to go sign up too.
I have a
That's
counter
up to
proposal.
you. And what's that?
Instead of making Ridley work, we let Ridley be a child. We could enroll him in a school. I am quite capable of teaching various different subjects and am very well educated.
Okay.
He could work at the board house and not be in danger. Guild contract towns have regular checks.
I don't know if you just heard, but there's a fucking guild member here that is currently investigating shit, and we don't need that. We're leaving to a contract town where he will be safe. I know you don't understand, Robot, but this is what's happening.
Please don't speak to Cordoni that way. I do think this is the point in the situation where we have a couple of options on the table. And I think that it is worth bringing these options to the young man so that he may consider them himself. Do we agree on this point?
I know.
I also think that there might be reasons that others of us might want to have. Just to bring selfishness into it. Are we all comfortable with this moving forward?
Yeah.
I guess.
Brody, I'm not your enemy. There is no reason for me to be your enemy.
Okay, sure. But, all right.
Alright.
Where's Ridley?
Drinking
Dodie,
milk.
it takes forever for adults to talk. It
Yeah,
takes them like hours.
I'm afraid that won't ever get any better, but you might get more used to it as time goes on.
Ugh, why don't they just say what they gotta say?
Yeah, all sorts of reasons, really, Ridley. The older you get, the more complications get in the way of saying what you really want to say.
I guess.
Stiffly to the bar. And I pour
Looks
myself.
like they're on their way.
So he looks from Sutton to Cordoni to Brody.
Ridley, may we borrow you?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. I was gonna go up. I've had a bit to drink. Don't want to make an idiot of myself. You all, remember what I said, Ridley? And just kind of pats him on the shoulder.
I will, Dodie. Be careful going up those stairs.
I'll be fine. I've still got great dexterity. I'm
Should you
just gonna
need me,
kind
please
of.
not hesitate to call.
We're playing through the breach. It's called Grace.
I'm very graceful. I don't know if that's actually true.
I'm -1 grace, so I will not be getting up those stairs.
I have
I'm
no
very
idea about Cordoni.
And he's gonna kind of, with astounding grace, actually walk herself up the stairs. You can't even tell she's tipsy. Good actress.
I feel like Brody and Sutton just watch her go up the stairs like. Anyway.
Tony is looking at Ridley.
Brody stares, but back to business.
So what are we doing?
Well,
We were
are
discussing how you were going to leave with me. And if Sutton wants to come, I guess that's our
We are
business.
presenting you with a series of options.
Are you coming?
We're presenting you with a series of options. Option number 1 is that you and Brody head out on your own. Option 2 is that I might accompany you to see what might become of you. Option 3 is that you stay at the boarding house as Brody leaves, and we do education. We try to support you as best you can without any more working. I don't. Was there an option 4, or were those the 3 that were presented?
I believe those are the 3 primary.
I have my preferences. Brody certainly has his, and Cordoni, as much as they might like to say that they don't, certainly has theirs as well.
In this instance, I have a preference.
And I get to choose?
You do.
Well, my daddy did put Brody in charge of me, you know, but I don't know. He looks between them and he's like,
What your father would want.
guess that's true.
We know we can't have you around here with the guild sniffing around. It'd be safer to contract town.
Cordoni isn't capable of, like, changing their facial expression, but they still glare at Brody with an overwhelming death stare.
But the mine belongs to the guild, don't it?
This one's unionized, and they only show up to give supply.
Routine checks and investigations.
It's easy for us to hide you way out there than it is going to be way in here.
I guess I gotta go with Brody, but oh my god, I don't know if you can hear Puckwudgie right now.
Puckwudgie's like, no!
She is so upset right now, and I don't know why. I'm sorry. Okay.
Well,
I guess I gotta go with Brody, but I like if you guys could go with us too.
I would like to do that just to be Brody. Not that I don't trust your judgment. Obviously, you're a very sound and stable mind, but I would like to make sure that the situation that we're leaving you in is one that is comfortable for you. So if you would have us, I would very much appreciate that.
I still believe you could do better than working in a mine.
Nobody is. That's fine. Okay.
Well, but like, it's only 2 years, and I've been doing this a long time anyway. I've been working in a mine for years now. So, if it's only 2 years, maybe during that time I could save up more money and do something else at the end of it.
Maybe you could. Maybe you could. So does that? When do you and your folks set out, Brody?
We were leaving tomorrow.
And you were telling Ridley tonight.
We made the decision now, as we were coming out.
from our third day with no soul stones.
All right. It sounds like, at least for this first scouting mission, Ridley, it looks like it's time to get to packing.
Yeah. Will you keep my room open just in case I come back to visit?
Sutton is
That
all
could be arranged.
5'7", 5'8". She's not super tall, but she's certainly taller than Ridley, so she's gonna sit down on a stool to be closer to his height. And she's not charismatic at all or anything like that, but she's just not gonna touch his hair. It's like giving a good solid clap on the shoulder. I might have to extend your bed.
Extend it? What do you mean?
Oh, if it's 2 years, you'll be really tall by the time you get back.
Oh, that's true. And nobody wants to sleep in a bed that says Ridley on it, because that's not their bed, it's my bed, so.
Right, well, I have some things to tend to upstairs. If Brody, you would like to take full and total responsibility, as you have been, for Ridley's welfare.
Yes, I would. Thank you.
What time are we leaving in the morning?
Early at crack of dawn. Crack of dawn.
Is it like at 7 so we can see Mr. Hutch wake up?
Sure.
I'm gonna go find somebody to gamble with because y'all are poor.
Sutton has one other thing she wants to do tonight.
Okay.
Yeah. I think. Do we want to gamble first? Or if there's anything Cordoni wants to do?
Cordoni is working out the least amount of illegal ways to stop them leaving.
I understand that.
She's sitting there all night with like the pin board and the red thread, and she's
Cordoni doesn't need to.
But
Cordoni's
she's not
just
like-
mental.
she's just like,
Cordoni
With her
is
new
staring
lamp.
at a wall. I mean, my mind goes.
you can see it on the wall. Nothing's actually there.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, do you want to do gambling first, or else Sutton is gonna go knock on some doors upstairs in the finest of their rooms.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll break up the seriousness by doing gambling first.
Yeah, I gotta go be serious for a while.
No.
Okay.
So you can,
All right, so gamble some things, Ridley.
yeah,
I'll
there's
scope
absolutely some gambling going on. This is a saloon, and there's absolutely a few tables with poker going on. What are you trying to do?
I'm gonna find the table with the most chips on the table.
Okay, sure. You'll absolutely find a table.
I'm gonna pour myself another glass of milk and go over there and look just as unassuming as possible. You know, Ridley does like to gamble, so I'm not sure if these people would know about Ridley's habit or reputation, but he normally likes to pick people, I think, that don't know about it.
Okay, so you're looking for a table with a lot of transients and a lot of
Yeah, and lots of money on the table.
Okay, rich people who are just passing through.
Yeah.
Okay. at the shitty boarding house. Gotcha.
At the shitty boarding house where the only people who live there are laborers.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
You can
well,
absolutely find a pot with like a scrip and a half, maybe.
a scrip and a half? That's
Yeah.
it? Okay, I'll go
You
for
can
it.
buy knuckle dusters at that.
I'll go for it. I'm gonna go for it.
Okay.
Hi. He's gonna like join them and he's gonna put his milk on the table. Go sitting on a seat.
All right. There's some. Who do you not know? Okay. Okay. How about?
I mean, it doesn't have to be that. That's just usually the people he finds first because he knows he tends to make a reputation for himself if he keeps. And he does gamble with his mining friends, but they just said they hadn't struck soulstone in 3 days. He's not gonna go gamble with them. They don't have anything.
Right. Okay. So you'll find a few wastrels who are sitting there.
with their hats, much like the ones in the book, with their mustache and goatee and like flat hat that comes right out, gloves and like.
Hello,
Get what you want.
gentlemen.
Gentlemen, you hear that, boys? Get what you want.
I'd like to join in your game of dice and
Dice.
cards.
We play Texas Hold'em over here.
All right, I don't know that game really well, but I like to play games, so maybe I could join you.
Okay. Okay. All right, kid. Sure, we're happy to take your money. How much money you got, kid?
How much is in the pot? The scrip and a half?
That's grip and a half. So
How many men are on the table right now?
3.
This all you got between all y'all?
We ain't bringing out the big guns for this place, kid. Look at this. We're just trying to pass the time.
Ridley will reach in his pocket and pull out a script and drop it in the bowl.
A whole script.
I got that.
All right, take that bag. We'll take you 50-cent piece. How about that?
Okay, and if I win, can I take the rest? Is that how this works?
If you win.
Oh, okay. I might need to learn the rules a little bit slowly, but...
It's okay. Royal flush is on top. We got straight flush after that. We got flush. We got straight. We got full house after that, I think.
Okay, sounds good to me.
All right, and they're going to play a few rounds of Texas Hold'em, I guess.
Should I just flip for one?
Yeah, go ahead and give me some gambling check. How good are these guys?
How many checks am I gonna do? Just one?
Just
do the
one.
overall game? Okay.
Yeah, just one for the overall game. I think we're gonna go. Right. You can win a script and a half. So that's kind of a lot.
Script and a half, yeah.
10-13.
Okay. So Ridley sits there and he's just like, Alright, so this card's for this. And he's like pointedly mumbling out loud and looking from his cards to the stuff they've laid down. And he's really making a show of just being, Mister, is this how I do things? And let's see what I flip.
No, and he's like, now these cards, they're also in your hand, but they're also in all of our hands too. Does that make sense to you?
I think so. So I flipped a 2. I'm gonna cheat it.
Okay. Sure.
For a 12 plus 5.
What did it say, 13?
Why do you have a +5 to gambling? You're
I just did
10
a
years
+5 to gambling.
old.
So that's a 17. So
Yeah, that's a 17.
Gee, mister, do I win?
Yeah, he just like lays down the flush and he's like, are these the right cards that I get to get all your money? Like looks up at them.
And he takes off his hat and he's like, yeah, kid, y'all just want a royal flush.
Wow! Maybe you should bring more money next time. And he like scoops it up in the bowl and like walks off. It was nice playing that game with you guys.
like Ridley won
Alright.
that fair and square, but I bet these guys are like, did I just get hustled?
Yeah,
You
they're
can
like,
finish off the rest of my milk if you want. He just like
Alright.
walks up.
all right, but new rule. No more kids.
He's just like,
And they're like, no more
It's like
kids.
the
No more
third
kids.
time it happened to them.
This is the third time.
all these kids who know how to gamble in Ridley.
How do all these where do all these gambling kids come from? Okay. That sure you get your script and a half. Why not?
Yeah.
Is there anything Cordoni wants to do before I go have serious conversations upstairs?
So, obviously, all these mining folks, obviously probably already have a cart set, yeah?
They do what? I'm sorry.
They have a cart that they'd used to get out already, I assume.
A cart
Yes.
with a T?
Yes.
Yeah, cart, yeah.
Okay.
They're if not, they're gonna start packing up tomorrow. You know, hunt down a cart and like get ready to go tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm assuming like they've at least got a cart that like at least some of them will use as like part of their group.
Yes.
And Blackbird is our main repairer of carts, yeah?
Blackbird owns a pair of carts.
No, like they repair they're the carpenter,
They
yeah?
repair carts.
I mean, Sutton is a carpenter. She does do
Sweet.
carpentry. I don't know if she. I mean, if you're asking if we have carpentry tools, the answer is yes.
Yes, we do. I know we do.
Yeah. Sure.
Screws.
Homesteading.
Screws and Cordoni are going to go out and just. They're not going to break it, but everything will be a little bit looser than it should be. So maybe after like a couple of feet, things might just.
We're gonna
I
die
have
on the
no
journey.
feelings or emotions or preferences, but I am going to spike all the tires.
I love Cordoni.
Yeah. She's so spiteful. I love it.
Okay.
We're gonna have a conversation at some point, but there's so many conversations tonight.
That's fine. That's fine. You can absolutely do that.
Mm-hmm.
I just know what's gonna happen next game. But you're
That's cool.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
Wish Ridley good night.
Absolutely.
Good
you
night,
can-
Cordoni. Enjoy your lamp.
Thank you, Mr. Ridley.
See you tomorrow morning. Bright and early at 7 o'clock in the morning.
I don't sleep, so I will be up.
Okay. Night.
Yeah, so unscrew part of the wheels.
Sure,
Just enough so it
most
looks
people are.
still-
Most of the miners are drinking inside. You know,
Mhm.
they're used to working with hangovers, so you know, they're getting drunk. They're fine.
And then we'll go turn off in the cupboard.
Sounds
With a
sounds good.
lamp. With a little nightlight.
A little nightlight.
That's sweet.
Sutton's gonna work her way upstairs. She's like taking her belt of tools off and everything and tuck them away where they go. She's not quite like getting ready for bed, but she's trying to look like she is. Head up to the 3rd floor where the nicer rooms are, where she knows a certain someone who doesn't pay rent is staying up in those quarters. It's about, I think, even like 45 minutes after Miss Wesson had headed up to bed, and she's gonna very gently just knock, knock, knock against the door there.
Who is it?
Miss Wesson, it's it's Sutton, Sutton Blackbird.
Come in. Come in. And when you do come in, you see she's in her, her house coat, like she does when she's relaxing, but her suitcase is on the bed, and like half of it's already packed. And she's just kind of turns around by the bed. Sutton, hi.
Good evening. I just came to let you know that that tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. there is going to be a large crowd headed north, going to a contract town. Cordoni, myself, and Ridley will be a part of that group, as well as many other with sharp eyes, specifically sharp eyes for guild members. If you're searching for a destination, we might be going down a similar route.
You really wouldn't mind me coming along?
Miss Wesley, I owe you more than I can possibly say. And it would be an honor and a joy to travel with you.
I'm not a resurrection.
I would say it wouldn't matter to me if you were, but I honestly don't fully understand what it is they do.
I think they bring people back from the dead.
Right?
I've never brought anybody back from the dead.
I believe you. And you don't need to tell me anything that you don't want to tell.
I mean, between you and me, I've always felt like I understood that sort of thing a little more, but that doesn't mean I did it. I don't even know how they know.
I know at least Earthside, the guild has eyes in nearly every corner of the world. And here in Malifaux, there's not a light you can pass that doesn't have a guild site in it.
I'm worried about Mom and Pop. He said something about Earthside.
I'm gonna
I
be
can't.
early in the morning tomorrow. I'm gonna be checking into the council building. I can't go anywhere without first checking in on Shy and what's going on there and everything. And I'm gonna have to catch up with you all. But if you want to send something, train heads out every day. I can send something out there.
Thank you. But if they're after me, it's better I don't have any paper trail. I just need to go and hope they're okay. I'm sorry, I'm not used to this being real. I'm gonna miss this place, but I'm glad you're going too.
We'll be back, I think. But maybe give it a minute to let things settle down.
I didn't mean to get you all tied up in this. I'm sorry.
You have nothing to apologize for. Now, it is... I believe the whole flight of us are leaving at the ass crack of dawn tomorrow. So you should focus on getting a good night's sleep. You want me to draw you a bath or something?
No, I'm alright. I'm just gonna finish packing up and get to bed.
Alright. You let me know if you need anything, right?
Yeah.
Anything.
Thank you, Sutton.
Listen.
I'm really glad I met you all.
I'm glad to.
I'll see you in the morning.
She'll nod and shut the door and tidy her hair and head off to bed herself.
And Dorothy won't sneak out in the middle of the night, I guess.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I don't know. There's a death marshal in here looking for you.
Yeah.
Looking for me.
Yeah.
He's gonna be awfully not too happy when he finds out I lied to him that I didn't know who Dorothy Rose Wesson was.
Yeah. Thankfully, you were introduced as Dodie has some squirrel over there, and we didn't get this Dorothy Rose has squirrel.
I'm real glad that I did not let that slip, because I've been calling her Dorothy Rose this whole night, and that was like one of the only times I called her Dodie.
Dodie. Yeah, that was fortuitous.
No, I do think
I was super glad to.
next session, I do think that Sutton is gonna have to join you guys like halfway there, because she's still got a lot of paperwork and shit to do with her brother is still healing up at the council house and everything. Like, I don't think she's gonna be able to head straight out.
That's why Cordoni wrecked the carts.
That, and she'll
I
also
thought Cordoni wrecked the carts because she believes that kids vacation.
Okay, so Cordoni wrecked the carts for a couple of reasons. It buys time for Ridley to reconsider. Ridley will reconsider.
Oh my god.
Ridley, will you reconsider? No, I think I'm good in this decision. Reconsidering.
Just like punches the wheel, it falls off. Reconsider. It gives Sutton time to do anything they need to do. And ultimately, if a big-ass group of people are very angry about their carts not working, it makes it significantly harder for a death marshal to look for one specific name. Cordoni was going to cause as much disturbance as humanly possible.
I love it. I love her. Them. Oh my gosh.
And they are a machine. They are incapable of emotion as far as everyone's concerned.
Definitely.
Okay, Fate Master. His face is like,
I mean, you got us all out of town. If that was your intent.
There was one scene that I wanted to do, but
Maybe we know what scene Star Wars being nosy? Well, me being nosy?
Or is it something you can work in tomorrow morning before?
Yeah.
You said that I interrupted. Was somebody gonna come try to take Cordoni away or something?
the scene was gonna hit both you and Cordoni at the same time.
Pardon.
So it would have.
I had more than enough scenes. Don't give me scenes.
Well, yeah, but it was gonna be both of you. There was gonna be a
can you still do it?
Well, it's not gonna change it was gonna change the tone of the conversation that happened with Ridley, or the Ridley scene.
Mm-hmm.
And that's already set in stone. So I don't think it's worth telling you.
I think it went well. I think it was really interesting.
I do think it went well, yeah.
It would have been if I had done this.
Brody is such a shithead. I'm trying to have a polite conversation. We're like, I'm not your enemy. Let's talk about what's best for Ridley. And he's like, I know what's best for Ridley.
Cordoni was really trying to resist just, oh no, the coffee pipe leaked. Oh no, the steam.
And take Ridley off in the night.
Oh my god.
He's like, you don't love Ridley. I'm like, I built him a bed with his name on it, you piece of shit.
Cordoni is 10 script off having a flamethrower, is all I'm saying.
Oh god.
Okay,
A
I
good
think
crew.
that was good. This is a very good crew. I think that's gonna be it for the game. We did downtimes. I have ideas for what's gonna happen next time.
Do we wanna close out tonight with, as we go to the bed for the evening, are we gonna announce our pursuits for the next, because this is essentially our prologue. Do we want to announce our pursuits for the
That's
next?
fair.
Yeah, go ahead. Announce your pursuits. Next time we'll draw cards and everything, and then we'll be golden.
Well,
Who wants to go
I'm continuing this next session. I'm going to be a pioneer again, because we are getting in those wagons and we are crossing those hills.
Those jolly wagoners. I'm gonna go with one more step in performer before I branch out.
All right. Really, what you gonna make?
I'm gonna take one more step in Drudge.
Because he's chosen to continue being a minor.
Yup,
That's to be educated.
I already made my decision before it happened.
And last but not least, Tess, what you gonna be?
Cordoni is going to kind of further in on them being a robot and go augmented.
Augmented.
Ooh.
Okay, that's cool. That's a cool one. All right, I like augmented. Awesome. Okay, so we got our pursuits for next time. I think we're gonna be good for this evening. Thank you for joining us. We had a lot of fun. We hope you had fun too. And we will see all of your beautiful faces next time here on the channel, Ink and Liar Ha. Goodbye, guys.
Liar ha.
Bye.
Ink and Liar Ha.
The home game.
Was
home
that a
game feeling.
joke?
Home game energy. Home game energy.
Inkandliarha.com.
Episode 3's home.